moving up. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Trader TV Live. It is CPI day. Consumer Price Index, Adara, the market's already moving. Do we have the numbers?
We do have the numbers. So CPI year over year in line with estimates, 2.4% versus 2.4% expected. But all the other prints, Sharif, lower than what we were expecting. CPI month over month, 0.1% versus 0.2% expected. Core CPI year over year, 2.8% versus 2.9% expected. And core CPI month over month, 0.1% versus 0.3% expected. So again, just to recap, CPI year over year in line, CPI month over month, and core CPI year over year and month over month lower than expected. Market pushing to the upside, liking these numbers, Sharif.
And we keep kicking the can down the road. When are the tariffs going to have an effect on inflation, Adara? That's I think the third month now we were predicting that they would be reflected in the numbers, and they have not been. So we'll continue to watch that. There's a lot to talk about today, guys. Already here, a deal possibly being announced by Donald Trump, saying that he's struck a deal with China. We know that Howard Lutnick and Jameson Greer, their U.S. trade representatives, are on their way back to the United States to communicate with Donald Trump. Looks as if that deal may already be done, so we'll keep an eye out on that as well. Tariffs upheld in the courts. That is temporary before the actual hearing is set to take place, I believe, on July 31st. So we'll keep an eye out on that. And then there's lots to talk about with Tesla as a robo-taxi event scheduled for Elon's birthday of all days. It's going to be June, I think, 27th or 28th, something like that. So not a bad look. And NVIDIA, Quantum, Jensen making comments.
Jensen once again talking about Quantum. Very different tune from what he initially struck on Quantum. And I think this end of July is going to be extremely busy, Sharif, because we have that hearing on the 31st. 30th, we have this Fed meeting. I was just checking the CME Fed Watch. I'm not seeing any updates yet in these rate prices, but I'm sure we'll see them pretty soon. Yeah, literally so much to discuss today, guys. We had earnings too. GitLab, Chewy, GME all sharply to the downside. Stitch Fix, bit of a small cap runner there to the upside on this report. Starbucks here with Microsoft. Literally no shortage of catalysts here.
All right, boys, the market's moving up. What's the look?
Like everybody, welcome.
Not bearish today.
Good morning. You're definitely not bearish, unless you're talking about those earnings names just mentioned. Although Dave & Buster's has a 42% short float, and they're up after earnings, so that's worth keeping an eye on. NVIDIA pressing higher, just went into the green. I think it can take 145 today. Tesla looks like it's primed to make another breakout here. Quantum names in play. Thank you very much to our good friend Jensen for talking the group up. Rigetti does an offering, but it doesn't matter. It goes up because Jensen says Quantum is at an inflection point. So yeah, there's a lot to watch today. No shortage of catalysts whatsoever. Yeah, the bull market and the bulls have come to play so far this morning.
Just hearing right now in my ear, 55% effective tariff rate going to be affecting China right now. So we're going to wait to see when that comes. But here goes a nice little future move up. Ooh, new China tariffs are going to be 30% or something like that. Okay, just quickly, there goes NVIDIA. Nice move out of the upside at 145. We'll see what winds up happening there. Trying to tick a little bit higher. Good move there. Tesla on watch as well as we get going higher and higher and higher. It seems like right now, there's Tesla, man. I don't know. We called 330 yesterday. Today's 335. There it goes, man. Congratulations. We were talking about buying some shares down here. We're talking about buying some shares all this whole week. And today you get it again, another 3%. So a big congratulations and oh my God, for traders of Tesla. And then today, Rigetti. I mean, we just talked about some of these quantum names. They're going to have to be on watch one more time. I mean, every day they're pretty much on watch, and Rigetti right now trying to break higher as well. Everything QBTS, Rigetti's up 7%. Same thing over here. They're all starting to go 3.5% for QBTS as well. There today, Ion Q going. Uber back up to $87 today. I mean, there's lots of stuff going on right now. So good morning to everybody. And let me see if Intel has any carry forward from yesterday. My guess was no. It looks like it is a no, but it's kind of just wait where it is right now. So despite the market being up 0.5%, Intel's almost down 1%. So I guess we didn't get that story of why this was going upside, and it appears like it should not have been back down in today. Maybe this is a good short here this morning, but yeah, we're excited. It should be a good day. We've got baseball tonight. You mentioned that you had baseball last night. Didn't rain, did it? No.
It was overcast.
It was overcast, yeah.
It was a hilarious moment at baseball last night where there was overcast and the opposing team catcher I might have felt, I was coaching a third of the time, I might have felt a single drop.
Yeah.
And the catcher stands up and just in the middle of play, like he's supposed to be throwing the ball back, and he just holds onto the ball and he turns to the umpire and he's like, was that a drop of rain? As if he thought the game was going to get called.
Yeah,
like,
you don't call baseball on rain.
I'm like, kid, we're playing this inning. We're getting our last hits in.
Yeah.
Like, what are we talking about here? Like a single drop of rain. I'm like, what is going on with this kid?
There has to be lightning and thunder or something.
No, but that's what.
Yeah, exactly. To cancel a game.
Yeah, they didn't know.
Were they winning by 1 or something? Is that what it was? Or?
Well, so in this league, they until it's the year-end tournament or they have 2 tournaments in the year, they don't keep score, but everybody does keep score.
Okay.
We did beat them in the last inning. So, like, the kids always know.
Dude, if you ever came to Hyde Park.
And they knew he knew his team was up, but we were catching them, so we did catch them in the last inning. But you're not supposed to keep score, but everybody does.
Oh, my God. It sounds completely different than the league that I'm in, man. Our Hyde Park baseball is the most competitive T-ball, the most competitive stuff you've ever seen in your life. It's crazy how competitive it is, but almost too much. All right, yeah, so let's get ready to go, man. Look at the Nasdaq. I mean, it's still going higher here, which is nice. Generally speaking, the CPI came in as expected, right? Actually, a little bit lighter, right? 2.4 versus 2.8 versus 2.9 year over year. CPI, here it is right here. We can review this real quickly if you want to. There it was right there. So core year over year plus 2.8 versus plus 2.9. Month over month CPI. 0.1 versus 0.2. So coming in a little lighter on both sides. And now you're going to see a nice move up there on the NASDAQ. So there we go. Upside, upside, upside today, it seems like. And yeah, I guess the market is getting closer and closer to touching out to its all-time highs. I mean, I should actually do the math and figure out where exactly we are, but I think we're pretty darn close, man. Maybe like less than 1% away. That all-time high in the Qs, yeah, it's $4 on 538. So, you're less than 0.5% away or so, even less than that from this all-time high. So there it is right there. What a battle back, man. We were told to buy down here, and those who did, giddy up right now. And we had Brian Shannon on last night. He was saying that probably once we get here, we maybe do a little bit of a pullback. But yeah, there's definitely a magnet to this level. It seems like over the last 3 weeks, there's been like maybe 4 or 5 red days. It's pretty incredible, man. It's what a move up there. And now the China-U.S. deal is going to be happening. This is going to be, I feel like, another great day. Is Robinhood doing anything? Today, 74. Yeah, great price for Robinhood again today. Up another 1%. Are the banks trying to go with this as well? Yes, yes, sir. Spin it right there. Happy for some JP Morgan right now as well. Up to 270. That's the highest I've seen it since we've been holding this. So we really like that one. And that 270 is a possible breakout out of that level as well on JP Morgan. So yeah, I think everything is working, man. Bitcoin 109.5 again. It just feels like it's going to be another one of those bullish days, man. And if you're not on board early,
unless you're like GameStop, unless you reported trash, then I think you're absolutely fine. And SoFi is trying to break out. We were mentioning Rivian the other day, that $15 break. That could happen today if you get bullish enough. And obviously the market's looking really strong. You know what? Not even 15. This could break out at like the 70 level as well. 15, I think, is a big one. So even Randy's name is looking very, very good. BB, I'm with you. Don't be a liquidity grab off the open. Look, I think you want to be ready for all things. Like if you look at, like just an example, like NVIDIA, the last couple of days has done both. It's lit grabbed up, it's liquidity grabbed down at the open. And it does it almost on all opportunities, where eventually you get the direction that you're looking for, but it's after an initial spike. This is different because it's not the open. I usually expect some price discovery and maybe some pullbacks as people take some profits going in, but it's hard not to start bullish. 45 is now finally gone. Yeah, we'll talk about this and other names for sure. I believe we have Raheen coming through as well, so we'll get a look in some Canadian stocks, maybe some mining stocks, see how they react to the deal that is done here. Let's get back to the desk.
All right, boys, we're going to talk some GameStop. They reported after the bell yesterday. I hope you guys caught that with Adara and Sean in the market recap show. It was a good report. There was not a lot bad, but selling off to the tune of 2.5% here to start the morning. So Q1 profit, Adara, they made some money and basically reversing the loss that they had printed last year on the quarter. They made about $45 million, about 9 cents a share. EPS, adjusted EPS that is, came in at 17 pennies, beating the street's expectations. But revenue did decline, notably 17% year over year, down to about 732 million. There were certain segments that did okay. Collectibles were up 54%, kind of making up for some of the declines that they saw in gaming, Adara. But that's not the only business they're involved in anymore, right?
It is not, because they're also involved in crypto. I guess we know that we had that meeting between Ryan Cohen and Michael Saylor way back when. Looks like something has come up here. Apparently, they have 4,710 Bitcoin that were purchased between May 3rd and June 10th. So literally, as of the day of the earnings report, it sounds like using cash. Also, I want to talk about their cash on hand. I mentioned this yesterday when I read through the report on the recap, but this is significant, Sharif. $6.4 billion in cash, equivalents, and marketable securities by the end of the quarter. $1 billion last year. So it's a massive year-over-year spike.
Fantastic.
I really want to talk about that.
And you can tell that they were able to shore up costs a lot, and that's how they were able to actually make 17 cents a share.
Their earnings are impressive.
EPS. I want to mention, Adara, that their crypto buy is not actually reflected currently on their balance sheet because they bought it, as you said, in May, and that was the last day of Q1. So we don't actually see that right now.
That's smart, yeah.
Yeah. So interesting move, guys. Not the first company to start adding Bitcoin, obviously, to their balance sheet. But what's the look here on GameStop?
Yeah, not the first, not going to be the last. There's plenty of more bullish names. I think look, we said in the aftermarket show we're going to take a breakout of 31 if it actually happened for us. Because that's set up so well. It's not impossible. It could go green and then go another dollar and break out over at 31, and then all the apes will be happy and all that good stuff. And certainly it's never about the numbers, whether it's going to happen or not, but certainly you would have liked a little bit better to give you that push. So it's on the back burner, this 31 break. I would suppose the normal thing to say would be, if it doesn't break that out, you want to try to play. Excuse me, you want to play some shorts into it. You want to play some shorts into it, but I'm going to stay away from that game. We wanted a 31 break. I can wait patiently. Maybe it does it tomorrow. Maybe it does it later in the afternoon. I'm not buying any dips on this. I feel as if it loses the bid here, then I don't want to be fighting one of the weaker stocks in a bull market. So I'm going to stay away like this. Chewy. I probably feel a little bit more bearish on Chewy than I do on GameStop. That could be in play. And I don't know if we're going to get a chance to mention this one, but just because I said in play, Dave & Buster's, 42% short float, went down in the aftermarket, possibly getting some weak hands out and maybe trapping some shorts, taking out the 200 period moving average. If it wasn't for the fact that I don't know why the volume's so low in the pre-market, this seems like maybe even a better squeeze opportunity here on play than on GME. But it's at 31 level for me on GameStop. If we get it, we get it.
Yeah, for me, I'm pretty opposite of that. I'm all about this dip buy there. I would love to get this 28.50. So it's actually going to be the second trade idea on here would be to go long on GameStop down here near 28 to 28.50. We've been holding it all morning. Now we get the bump up now. I mean, obviously the whole market's going, so I don't want to take like, oh my God, GameStop is back or anything like that. The problem with GameStop right now is that it's only 415,000 shares. So it's not a whole lot of love there as far as amount of volume coming through here today. And it didn't have huge volume yesterday. I mean, Adair and I reported this number, and they beat on sales. We talked about that. Obviously, that big cash number, they had an equity raise, so it's obviously they have all that cash, and then that cash has been put into Bitcoin. So we already know what they've done with it. It's not like they're sitting on cash anymore. Yeah, so there it is right there. Up to the 200 period moving average, I'm long GameStop, and also I'm thinking of a 30 break, like just going long on 30 breaking. When we broke it yesterday afternoon at 3 o'clock, we went to 30.50, right? So I think there's an opportunity to get into some more GameStop here and it be a better trade than I think. So here's $30, man. We topped out on that. It was pretty choppy there yesterday until we broke it. So let's just wait. I don't think there's going to be enough volume right off the open to get to there, but we'll see what happens with GameStop. I mean, the short float, it's not really a thing anymore. I thought it was maybe 11% the last time we looked at this. Yeah, there it is there again, 12% on the short float for GameStop. So again, I like the opportunity to dip by, but you know, you never know where it's going to go. So, you know, I like that opportunity. Neil doesn't. You guys are 50-50 probably on our chat. It's just one of those things where there's, like Neil said, there's going to be other things to look at as well. So we'll wait to see. I would like to see more volume. And if we had more volume, then it would be a little bit more convincing of that. Because like I wish there was like 4 million shares just to give us some sort of an idea of what's going on. Right here on the imbalance locator, it's not even on here. You know, this is a New York name, unless it is. I don't see it. So yeah, right now it looks like today, I mean, Joby, it's a lot of the same, man. We got Cliffs there on a steel deal. We talked about that yesterday between Mexico and the United States. IonQ, QBTS. I mean, all of the Archer innovations there. Uber. I mean, they're names that we've already talked about. Disney on an oh my god run lately as well. Actually, I should probably put that on the sticky note as well. And there's our Target, man. I mean, we had. I think I got to get into some of this, man. We had Target. We were talking about that break of $100 the other day. Not the other day. I've been talking about this for probably about a month at least, I think. And there it goes, now trying to break through that $100 marker. This is probably an options play of some sort here because I do think that there's a lot of opportunity to get back to the upside. But actually, I don't mind holding the shares because I don't think there's that much downside either to this play. So, yeah, it looks like Target's trying to break back out. I mean, it's have such a good retail space for some of these names. And again, I still think, I told you I was getting longer and longer in Amazon, and we have been. So that's my favorite stock right now. But Walmart also, you know, looking to break through that $100 mark. That could be something as well. So, yeah, retail, I mean, everything's in focus right now. It's 8:46. We were supposed to have Raheem. I don't know if he's messaging. We are waiting for Raheem. And because there was no Raheem, apparently there was also no upgrades or downgrades because we were waiting for Raheem. So I'll upgrade. Yeah, I'm upgrading Target and I'm upgrading Bitcoin today because I do think that with Bitcoin right now in and around 110, we have Ethereum with a little bit of a pullback. I do think IBIT has a real good chance. Oh, you know the other one that we looked, I wanted to see the volume on this one. ETH, is it A? A is the iShares. Yeah, so already a million, it's beating IBIT, no? No, almost. So both are at 1 million shares. This is 960, the other one's 1.3. But this is the right. I want to thank you guys in the chat because yesterday when we had Brian Shannon on, we were talking obviously about some crypto names and I was talking about the huge run, not huge run, but we did have a nice run yesterday in Ethereum. I think it was up 7%. And someone was like, ETHA was a good thing to trade. And then ETH, was it you? Was the other one? Yeah, this is okay, so this is more the currency. We don't actually have this. But ETHA right there, this would be the ETF for Ethereum, I believe. Unless there's ETH, yeah, we don't have ETHU. I just called it up. It went right over to our crypto offering, I guess. But there it is, man, ETHA. Let me try ETHU again. ETHU, yeah, see, we don't have it in our system. That's not what it is there. That's a crypto pair against the US dollar. So, all right. So anyways, as we go up, just in case you guys were looking for something, I don't think anybody on the show has mentioned ETHA. I didn't know about it. So I wanted to.
I didn't know.
Oh, ETHA? Oh, okay, yeah. So, so this is something there to watch out for on Ethereum plays. I think crypto is about to get lit here very, very soon. 112 incoming by Friday. What day is it today? Wednesday? So, yeah, I think we get an all-time high coming very soon. I think it matches with the Nasdaq.
I think it happens on Father's Day, and that's our gift for Father's Day.
What, Bitcoin breaking?
No, the all-time high.
Oh, the all-time high.
I think
yeah.
Most all-time high breaks happen on the weekend, so I'll go with that. 24-hour market, baby.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, who knows? I'll go with it today. You need 2% in Bitcoin. I think we get it today. So
I hope so.
Let's wait to see. IBIT on my mind, obviously. All right, let's go back over to the desk and see what they're up to.
We're talking a little GM here as they look to boost their U.S. investments and reshore a lot of the production that had been in Mexico and the U.S. So they will be investing about $4 billion in 3 American assembly plants through 2025. It's a reshoring vehicle production move here, and they're reviving the idled Orion assembly plant out in Michigan, which was actually scheduled for electric vehicle production. They're now shifting that back to ICE. So you're going to have the likes of the Chevy Blazer moved back from Mexico to Spring Hill, Tennessee. Chevy Equinox as well will be added to the Fairfax Assembly Plant in Kansas. And the Ramos Azurpipe plant, the long term remains uncertain, but they will keep serving the U.S. markets here, Adair. So Mary Barra, the CEO of GM, had said she won't take any, decisive capex actions until she has a clearer pathway for tariffs. And you kind of feel that she might have one now because now she's spending the money.
Yes, it's a pretty good look here, too. And I mean, they were already spending some money. They recently announced plans to invest about $888 million in the plant near Buffalo. But of course, it's a much larger expansion. They said they basically want to continue to be leaders in these certain vehicle classes. Is going to be gas and electric, and I guess they're going to be specifically focusing on certain vehicles at each of the plants. So they have a plan here, Sharif. This is well outlined. I think, like what you said, Mary Barra was lying in wait, ready to strike. Looks like she struck at the right time and pretty effectively.
I like that. All right, if Raheem's ready to come in, we can. No, not yet. All right, so we'll send back to the boys. And guys, what's the look here with GM?
It's crazy. We really are matching.
I was waiting for this guy to come through. And Raheem, I got some good news for you if you can hear. I asked Adara what her favorite football team was, and she said, well, I like the color purple. So she went with the Ravens. I wonder if that's what a lot of Ravens fans, why it's their favorite team. They have such pretty uniforms.
Yeah, I'm gonna hope it's because they play well. They're the only team that really scares me. Like KC, I feel.
Yeah, I mean Kelsey too is not.
Kelsey's old. I think KC was a little bit overrated last year. The Baltimore Ravens always scare me. We're gonna have Raheem in a second. I don't think GM is on the front of people's mind when it comes to EVs. That said, legacy, it's better. Like the GM chart is better than all of the other legacy automakers, at least from the ones that I've seen. It might do something today, but I'm not. You need to break 51. If you come to the chart for a second, you need to break 51 for anything to get really exciting. Great look off the 50 period. Next step, close above the 200 and break out the 51. The trend seems to be broken, at least off of the highs. There's your spike high trend line. It broke it and then held that trend line as support. So if for a stock, if you're trading this, you're buying the bottom of the trend into the 50 period, and you're waiting for it to break out to get that next leg into the upside, which feels like it could happen here. I like these guys more than I like Ford, but I don't know if that's really saying all that much. Pull up Randy's favorite Ford here. Hey, Ford could be breaking out. Bottoming tail, Ford could break 11. Yeah, GM needs to break 51 on that daily. Ford, pretty quiet as well.
A much more, well, first of all, we will, I'm not sure what Raheem's going to talk about. This is kind of right in his alley here. We have
silver.
Yeah, gold, silver, everything. Steel tariffs today. Trump administration, 50% steel tariff may be coming off right now between the U.S. and Mexico. So we do see U.S. producer Cliffs making a move to the downside, but a nice little recovery happening right now. We got as low as 750 up to 775. We'll see if Cliffs wants to do something. His name has been pretty beat up, obviously, during all of this talk. We were just at $16 at the beginning of the year, down to $7 right now. So there is some movement to the downside. And as far as automakers are concerned, man, I don't know. I see Rivians. I like the car. I know that they're made here in the made in the United States. We're here in Canada, of course. But I think Rivian bouncing off the 50 period moving average on the daily, looking pretty constructive. I think we can get back to the upside, looking at like a $16.50, $17 area price target right there for Rivian. So on any good news that affects the auto space, obviously we're going to look at names like Tesla, GM, Ford, all of that. But Rivian, for me, would be one where I think we can get some appreciation there in stock price. So, yeah, we'll look to see if Rivian's there very, 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 very soon. But, of course, we'll go over to Raheem Alani and say what's up to the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry is going to be a big problem for many teams once again this year. And we'll see if they can hold forward in the playoffs. Of course, that's all that matters in the NFL. The NFL is one of those things where it's kind of obvious there's like 6 or 7 teams that are definitely making the playoffs, and it's just a matter of how that works out. And then there's the fringe teams that kind of surprise everybody.
Washington last year.
Yeah, that wind up making it, that could do some upsets. Like it's always like 6 or 7 big teams and then the rest, and then you wait for the playoffs. So, all right, it's 8:54. We're a little late on this, but that's okay. We have lots to cover with Raheem, and we're going to go do that at the desk.
There he is, Raheem Alani, guys. Shout out to OCI Group. Thanks for joining us from Calgary. Why are you out there, Raheem? What's up? What's going on in Calgary?
So the G7 summit is happening here in Alberta in a town called Kananaskis, just outside of Calgary. And yeah, I had to come for, I had to be here for something. So I appreciate coming on the show and sharing a little insight of what's happening here in Alberta, getting ready for the G7 summit.
One of my favorite provinces, no question about that. So at the G7 summit, tariffs will be front and center, one has to assume. And there's also been a number of invitations that the new Prime Minister Mark Carney of this country, has invited a couple of leaders who don't compose the G7. Tell us a little bit about that, Raheem.
Yeah, there has been, internationally, there has been a little bit of talk around the reshaping of the global landscape and what's happening in the world. Like you said, tariffs front and center, but a lot of things are happening in the world. And if you're going to do something like the G7, where you're going to have big political and business decisions being made, you're going to need to have other countries that are not part of the G7. So invitations have been extended to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia as well as India. The India-Canada relationship, like I've talked about on the show in the past, has been a little tepid, but Mark Carney has made the decision to invite Prime Minister Modi and a delegation from India, which, in my opinion, is a wise move, just given where the world is. And like you guys chatted about this morning, U.S.-China talks have gone well. So having India here at the summit as part of some of the discussions, I think, is a great move.
Absolutely, and we've seen the previous prime minister had a bit of more an adversarial relationship with that country. You kind of see Mark Carney looking to reach out a little bit. Good move, kind of hard, Raheem, to have issues with China and India simultaneously if you want to grow, and that was the position Canada was in until quite recently. Any more you can tell us about that?
Yeah, no, exactly. And there are political groups here who are upset still that India is invited, given what happened with the political situation going back into last year. But again, like you rightly said, for proper decisions to be made, you can't avoid 1.3 billion people, and one of the largest. It's going to be the fourth largest economy now, and should be third largest in the next couple of years, economy in the world, and not have them here. And same thing with Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. They're too big, too important to not have as part of these discussions, just given the way the world is changing.
So Jensen's out in Europe right now. I don't know if you know Jensen Huang, the CEO of NVIDIA, and he had a keynote speech yesterday where he made certain pronouncements about quantum. Or he had prior to his speech yesterday, he said, he's looking at about a 20-year runway before we see practical uses for quantum. That all of a sudden got cut yesterday. It said that there's a major inflection point coming from quantum. Is Canada looking at embracing that technology?
Yeah, definitely. Mark Carney said, as part of Canada's Prime Minister, Mark Carney said, as part of the Canadian initiative in hosting the G7, this is the sixth time Canada has taken the role of lead, and they had a couple of initiatives that Canada wants to set out, one of them being taking the lead in quantum computing. And I know Sean just said that we're part of America recently, so I know the U.S. wants to have a lead, and if Canada still is not part of the U.S., then Canada definitely wants to be in the lead there as well, because again, there is a great technology mindset, mind frame, and talent pool here in Canada. So I think Canada definitely wants to take the lead, and it fits right in line with what NVIDIA said yesterday.
What's the atmosphere out there, Raheem? Are you seeing a lot of people making the trip into the province and into the city where it's taking place? What's the vibe right now out there?
Yeah, no, certainly. I was here last week, and I do come up sometimes. And I was just commenting to somebody, I've never seen hotels this expensive. Kananaskis is a small little resort town, about an hour and a half outside of Calgary, and they don't obviously have the capacity to hold it. So hotel rooms here in Calgary are, 4 to 5 times what they normally are. Car rentals are insane. So it is one of those things, like, if you live in a city with the World Cup, you may not want to be in that city during the time of the World Cup. Similar to Calgary, there are probably a lot of people that are just leaving town because of the chaos, the police setups, all of that. They do have staging areas for protests, but again, if you're wanting to protest, you probably don't want to be where the police tell you to be for protesting. So right. It's going to be an interesting few days here for people that live here, and it is quite chaotic. I've never seen it so busy here.
One last question, Raheem. So we've been hearing a lot about the negotiations that have been taking place in secret, behind the scenes here between Canada and the United States for a new trade deal. Melanie Joly, the new Commerce Minister, refuses to discuss the details of anything like this because she doesn't want to do negotiating in public. Do you feel maybe with Donald Trump coming and, likely to have some face time with Mark Carney one-on-one, do we get a possible deal announcements at the G7?
I would not be so brave to say so. I think the only person that would say so publicly would probably be the president of the United States, like you just did with the U.S.-China deal. So I would not even pretend to have any insight into that. But I do think, again, with so many world leaders here, I think you will start to hear some positive results.
All right, Raheem Alani, thank you so much for joining us today. Enjoy your time out there. I think the weather is quite warm out there, is it not?
Yeah, it's pleasant. Yesterday was like 20 in the 20s, so it was nice weather. And sorry, I don't have a better background for you, but again, with hotels, I didn't get a mountain view this time. I apologize. So you got to see me sitting here in a chair.
I remember the Spain background there. That was a really good one. I think, where were you out there? Where was it? Malaga? Where were you when you were in Spain last time?
I think it might have been in Leon. I can't remember, but yeah.
All right.
I'll do that. I'll do that again for everybody. I'll get you a better mountain view next time I come to Calgary.
All right. Raheem Alani, Managing Director of OCI Groups. Thanks for coming on, Raheem.
Okay, thanks, Dan.
I'm waiting for him to be in the pool there with a brew like last time. Although, last time he was in a pool.
Yeah.
But he didn't have a brew with him.
I think it's like 7 a.m. there. So we want to thank Raheem Alani for coming through and looking so sharp there again. So
always. Yeah, I don't think we get. The G7. I don't think you get any deals. That's not the place where you're going to get things announced. And remember, a lot of the announcements we're getting, including this one with China, it's just early. It's just preliminary. And it really only deals with a few things. It doesn't mean that where all systems necessarily go, and this is going to be a long process. But I saw in the chat there, and one thing I agreed with was a lot of people saying, quantum is a priority for governments. Quantum right now is hot. Every time these stocks are in play, usually you want to pick it, just pick your pitch and go for it. Like, I think you're looking for those longs. Rigetti's in play. What's interesting is this one that we don't always look at out of this group. So Rigetti in play for a little bit of a breakout here. But QUBT, that's one, it did a huge reversal. Like, that's the kind of short that people are probably thinking, oh, look at the top that I just got at 17.5, double top, and then it trended down all day. The shorts are nervous if you retake that high. I have Rigetti on the mind, but if Rigetti does absolutely nothing, QUBT up 12% here and been on a huge rally lately. It's got room to 20. That's 17.5, though, that double top yesterday. Little bit of trouble there.
All right, thank you, Randy. Yeah. No, we were just looking. Oh, look, I have Rivian up. What a surprise right there for you. So here's Rivian. I was actually saying it was pretty productive right here, bouncing off the 50-period moving average, looking to get a little bit higher up into these levels, $16, $17. We like that one. But Randy, it is this name right here, Tesla, all the way back, man, 335 right now, as if that break last week didn't even happen. There it comes all the way back up, man. What a good move. Yeah, last Friday, we were at 280, and now you're up to 334. It looks like, yeah, maybe it might have done that, but I don't know. Nice move to the upside right there as it continues to go, man. Yeah, well, I love the car, but just as a stock, I really love the stock. It's been one a great day trading name, again, and up another 3%. So it just continues to go higher and higher and higher. So this is why I never really want to sell anymore. I just kind of want to trim when things get to highs because I don't know like where this market's going. I would have thought Tesla was going lower there. And complete opposite there. Now we're calling 360. I was calling 360 for Friday. I don't know. That might not be there, but we'll see what. Yeah, Lululemon's. Well, I still think it's down from its earnings. Yeah, it hit the skids there. Yeah, big time cratering action there for Lulu and hasn't really bounced, but it's at a good level as well. Actually, Randy, this is probably a decent area to start thinking about it down there. But again, with tariffs and well, but China deal is getting close. Anyways, yeah, Lululemon looks really good, man. That was 330. back down here into 260. I just don't know if we like retail and apparel and all that stuff right now. So that's why I always go over to Amazon as being the #1 name for me. I've been saying that we got longer at just breaking 200. Now you're at 207, 217. This is really working. Amazon's fantastic, man. We got just longer just here last week on Amazon. So it's been quite the run. I still think we see 240 very, very soon. I mean, the Nasdaq's back to highs.
Yeah, we're right at the top.
Some of these other names just need to play catch up.
I don't like that retail at all. I think you got
no retail is a problem.
We talk about the 3-day rule, but the other thing about a stock like Lulu, let it show you that the buyers have made a bottom. When it stops making lower lows, which I know it's barely making lower lows, but it's still doing it after earnings. Show some higher lows, and then you can get going. Everyone always wants to find that gap fill, and I get it. It's a big one. It's bounced from here before, but let's be patient. There's so many better names out there instead of trying to catch the falling knife. Like, not everyone is going to do a distinct crazy bottom like you saw in UNH and then give everybody money for a couple of days. Lulu, I'd wait till that low at 240 unless it can start doing something volume-wise here. But hey, it's after 9 o'clock. Let's get on to our free watch list, everybody.
60.45, guys. That's where we closed out yesterday on the ES June contract, with the overnight high being 60.74. So we've defended now that 6,000 point area. We're going to look now initially at 60.50 as support, since we're above it. We're 60.56 right now. If we can hold that level, let's see if number one, we can take out that overnight high at 60.74. If we can, we're looking at 6,100. All right, guys, make sure to get the watch list every day. And directly into your mailbox. Adair prepares it and we all use it. It helps you organize your day and lets you know exactly what's trending and to know which are the big movers on the day, so you can get that trading framework ready. Let's talk about a different framework right now. The U.S. and China have reached an agreement on a trade framework, and apparently Donald Trump saying that the deal is done pending agreement from President Xi. We know Howard Lutnick and crew are over there. Basically, the idea here is to build on the 90-day tariff suspension that they agreed to in May. Lutnick and Trade Representative Greer will return to D.C. to seek Trump's sign-off, which apparently he's already given. We'll have to wait for the other side of Dara, the Chinese, to kind of confirm that they're all good with it as well.
Yes, we will. And we have a couple Trump truth posts about this. So he's very excited about this deal. Just to clarify, so yeah, U.S. charging 55% tariffs on Chinese goods. So they're retaining the 30% new tariffs plus the 25% pre-existing tariffs. As you can see this post here, China is going to be charging this 10% tariff, it looks like here as well. And actually, a minute ago, Trump just posted something else here. I guess it's not refreshed, but he basically just said that he and President Xi are going to work closely together to open up China to American trade. Quote, this would be a great win for both countries, 3 exclamation points. So Trump extremely exuberant about this deal.
There you go, boys. China, U.S. looking to strike a deal here. What's the look?
Well, NVIDIA is next on the list, so it won't go there. We'll be able to get to that in the chips in a quick little second. Maybe let's talk a little bit about Alibaba, or maybe look at some of the other Chinese ADRs. This one in particular has, well, not just because I'm in it long term, but also I love the fact that you've now regained that 50-period moving average. What's up, Ramin? As we're about to break away from this 120 finally. So good look here on Alibaba. It's only 1% up. But I love when you have a pretty clear line of support or resistance in this particular case, that if we do dip back in, as long as it can hold, this little afternoon top, 121.5, starting to look really good here for Alibaba. And the continuation play has lots of room. I think you can, maybe not today, but certainly there's room to 135. This was a program buy in the afternoon yesterday. Clearly, Algo's getting out in front of this announcement. It's not like they didn't know. I mean, we knew this. We knew there was going to be some kind of an announcement coming through. It was teed up, and the algos bought it up going into today. So I think you could see a dip by 120. As I was saying there, just that 121.5 looks really good.
All right, just preparing this, to get out. China trade update. Yeah, look, rare earth metals, UAMY, I think was a name there that we could look at here for rare earth. That's not really doing anything. There was what, CRML, I think. Yeah, critical metals was another place to look. Both not really doing too much here again today. So I don't know. I mean, we looked at FXI. There's not really that much happening right now based on this. We saw it last night. I tweeted something out last night that the deal was done, right? And so right now it's just more talk. I still think you can go long. I mean, we've talked about how well FXI has been doing as of late, and so there it goes, continues going to the upside right there. So yeah, I mean, you got to like the ETFs. It's definitely a breakout for China, man. I mean, I think once you get to that 39 level, then it's up and away as well. But just like the Nasdaq, we're almost back to these all-time highs all around the world. First of all, was already been at highs, and just the United States playing catch up right now. So yeah, we'll wait to see that one. My biggest play, I'm just about to put it out today. I got Tesla, GameStop, IBIT, Nvidia. I think IBIT is a good play on this as well. Just with more strength in the overall world economy, I think a tariff deal makes everything go up, right? It's like high tides lift all ships, and we talked about Bitcoin, and I think that has a great opportunity to get going there as well. So we'll continue to watch out for FXI and things like that. I don't really trade any Chinese names. If anything, it's the only name I've ever really traded is Alibaba. I used to trade some of the other car manufacturers like XPeng and Li Auto and things like that. I mean, we used to talk about Li Auto 10 times a week. Now we don't hear about that anymore. So right down into here, 350 to 360, good little bottom for NIO. I mean, that could also be in play if you do like some of these Chinese automakers. Maybe there was something in the deal about Chinese automakers. I don't think so, but 350 or so, good little bottom there for NIO. I mean, this name, I think, probably looks better than Intel, to be honest with you, but we'll sit in Intel for a minute. Maybe I should sell Intel and get into some NIO. Who knows? But this could get back up to 450 pretty easily. That's a 200-period moving average. So yeah, some good names happening here today in the Chinese space. I mean, everything is up. The Nasdaq's up 0.28. ES, I think, was up more, well, up now 0.2. So yeah, it seems like it's going to be pretty good. But NIO, yeah, good bottom there, 350.
All right, guys, a couple of headlines today for NVIDIA. I'll talk about the quantum angle. Adara will cover Europe. So it's CEO of the world's most valuable company by market cap, Jensen Huang, declared quantum computing is reaching a major inflection point during his GTC Paris keynote speech. He emphasized the near-term potential to solve real-world problems in fields like medicine, science, and finance. This is an obvious shift from a speech he gave, I think, 6 months ago or something, where he estimated a 20-year runway for practical quantum applications. And NVIDIA is putting their money where their mouth is. They are investing in hybrid quantum classical solutions on their own platform called QQQ. We know CUDA is their software platform for advanced AI chips. So all these quantum names are running. Adara, Rigetti, QUBT, QBTS, IonQ. They're all high. But that's not the only reason he was in Europe.
No, he was also in Europe here to announce some more deals. So basically, the goal of this, I think the main thing to know here is that we know NVIDIA and Jensen Huang are trying to expand globally. He was in the Middle East. He was trying to make some deals there. Now he's basically saying that Europe is starting to realize the importance of AI factories. So AI factories is NVIDIA's term for massive data centers with GPUs. They're trying to really expand those. We know he was in London the other day as well with that supercomputer.
Right.
So he's really trying to expand here in Europe. And NVIDIA right now, stock looking great, Sharif.
Fantastic, guys. What's the look?
NVIDIA want to look long. I mean, I don't know what to look. We'll talk quantum names. No, we'll talk quantum names. I would swear quantum in itself was on that rundown, but I guess not.
I don't know how it's not.
GitLab's not very good. Chewy's, woof, that's not very good either. Look, NVIDIA, one thing I always like, prior day highs. Right in here, you just broke the 145, and we're kind of bouncing around in front of it. Over 145, I think, so let's maybe go to the higher time frame first. Over 135 is a bit of a breakout. When I look at this top, that's the first place I want to look for a dip, always that prior day high. And then this nice little 143 area. Didn't really draw that line on the 143, but it doesn't matter. You get the idea. It's that little dip that you had in the afternoon into 143. I think all systems go. And if we end up missing, if we don't get the dip, have to be willing to pick up VWAP buys. Like if it doesn't dip into our levels, and we just start breaking out tops, then it's always that dip into the volume weighted average price. On bullish days, that's where we like it. On bearish days, you wait for the lows. But when you're making higher lows, that late day or midday VWAP is usually a good buy. That's where my mind is going to be at. And I guess because we're grouping these together, Rigetti, despite an offering, $350 million at the market, up 9% today. So strong quantum names, QUBT, sorry, not QUBT is actually up on a percentage basis a little bit more, but I like Rigetti just trying to pull. Like I like Rigetti back into 12. Maybe even if you go any further, it's okay into 1190, and it's filling in a gap into the 13 level. So I want to be buying some Rigetti on dips. Quantum strong, Nvidia strong. Let's go.
Yeah, look, Nvidia's here on my watch list as the, well, it's a top 4 play anyways, right there. And those of you looking forward, a little bit of explanation here on what we're looking for. I just wrote down a long at 144. I mean, yesterday was a great base. If we fall into this support, I think it's a go, right? So here's some ideas that we do have on here. Tesla, GameStop, iBit, and Nvidia. You can go find it. I just put the link there in the chat. So I'm already bidding down here. I mean, if we get anything into 144, that's yesterday's close, right? And so we had a nice move up right there into, well, this is the AM, but there's yesterday's close right there. Nice move right into 144. We kind of hung around. Obviously, on those imbalances, we get some action. But, you know, if you sort of look to say where we did close at, there it is right there, 140. Well, I guess we probably closed at 143.75 or so. But I'm just looking to get some support right back into here. That's 144.20. We're nicely up. There's the, you know, the move there on the CPI announcement. And I just think if we fall, what I wrote down was basically just falling into some support in here. I mean, ultimately this 143.40, 143.50, that's, you know, that's the area we're expecting. I'm going to start buying around 144. And if I can get anything around here, 143.50, I think that's pretty gold. But you don't hold that all the way down here. So, you know, you're going to have to trade this. I would say if it does fall into here, my average price will probably be around 143.75, let's hope. And then maybe if we lose 143, then we can finally get out of that. So, you know, I'm going to give this one at least $1 worth of room. I think anything else is not reasonable for me. So I'm going to wait for that and hope that we can get a big runner today. I think it's just momentarily moments away from another all-time high on NVIDIA. And we haven't seen it since January. And it was, oh yeah, that's right. We have to get rid of that. I was going to say, the reason why I say June is, well, you got to go back. I don't want to put the chart back, but you know, we did have a good summer. We're going to wait to see if we can take some of these levels out right there, 152.50, to get back to all-time highs for NVIDIA. I think that's incoming as well. So, yeah, just good vibes all around, and it does start with NVIDIA and the quantum space. Yeah, lots of names on quantum going to be watched today. So we'll continue to watch Rigetti, QBTS, QUTM, IonQ, and whatnot as the names continue to fly in here. All right, we have a little bit of time, but let's go over some Tesla. Now that's the #1 stock on my watch list.
Good look there, Sean, because your friend Elon announced the robo-taxi service is tentatively scheduled to launch June 22nd in Austin, Texas. And then there was another post later where he said he will personally oversee the first driverless trip to a customer's home, which he wants planned for his birthday, June 28th. Shout out to Elon. So Tesla's going to initially start with about 10 or 20 Model Y vehicles equipped with the new unsupervised FSD. He did confirm that it's going to be geofenced and there will be Tesla personnel monitoring the initial trips there. But what I found really interesting, Adara, is that they're not using the Cybercab. They're using the Model Y.
Yeah, it's interesting. We know we were seeing those videos of the Model Y. It looks like that is why, no pun intended, because that's the vehicle they're starting with here. It's worth noting the date. Don't get too married to the date. Elon himself said because they're being, quote, super paranoid about safety, which is always a good thing, it might actually be a little bit later than that. I also want to quickly mention here, too, this post on X. We know we've been monitoring the shifting relationship between Elon Musk and Donald Trump. Looks like Elon Musk is trying to get back in Trump's good books, saying that some of his posts about Trump, quote, went too far. So just keep an eye on this feud that started less than a week ago and already seems to be maybe over.
3:04 a.m.?
Yeah.
Get some sleep, Elon.
I woke up to this alert, so good times.
All right, boys, Tesla.
Yeah, 3:04. I mean, take some people are the night owls. Do what you got to do. Tesla has now filled in the entirety of the gap since they had that spat. And the next stop seems like 350 to 353 on trend. Pull back into what was the prior high. Like support looks like a 327 in here to me. So I'm buying dips into that. We did miss, it's a fail missing that 10 level yesterday because it did pull back close enough to that prior high. So if it does something similar, anything under 330, you have to be ready to kind of pull the trigger on a mean reversion there for Tesla. So looking for a continuation play there. On the back of my mind, there's still like, I mean, Rivian's not close enough to 15 that I'd say that's imminent, but in the back of the mind, that's an EV name that's very close to a breakout of its own. But Tesla here on the dip into 327, prior day high for me.
Of course, a 3 a.m. tweet is only 12 a.m., of course, where Elon lives. Okay, so here we go. Tesla, for me, is going to be another big play, man. I mean, if you're looking for Tesla, I'm here, 328 right there. It's the #1 trade for me. I think a dip buy into yesterday's close is great, but I'm going to start the buying at 330. Yesterday's bottom, we nailed that 310 level. Unfortunately, we were in something else that was, Apple, and then something else that was pretty huge. But we put down 310. That was the very bottom yesterday before closing out at 330. So that was a $20 move straight from the bottom yesterday. We had about a $12 winner there yesterday. I want to thank Brian Shannon for his kind words as well coming through. But 336 and change. Looks like it wants to break higher. So I already called 360 incoming for this one. So it is the #1 trade here today on my notes. So I'll be in this one at some point, that's for sure. 328 to 330 with China deal getting closer here. We see this name really willing to run. Yesterday we got a pullback at the open. So let's try to be patient. That's it. I mean, I've punched a long on this thing when it's broken, the tops. I've waited for dip buys. So it goes both ways here. We're already bidding 330. Let's see if we get it. We may have to change our bid to 331. This name just keeps on going higher and higher and higher. And yeah, up and away, man. Like I said, when you sell stock, it's one thing to get out on like that spat there, but like that low is 280. Right? Like now you're all the way back up. I think at least what this gave us was now a decent base, at least, because we sort of built it up there between 280 and 300, and then we came back in and basically bounced completely off of that, right? So if you take away that little, issue that they had last week, now it just looks even more constructive. It just looks better right now, and making more sense to try to get back up to this level. I think we probably would fail if we get back to 360, especially if we get there by Friday, which is what I'm expecting. I would see that as potentially being a top. And if you're going to sell something, maybe at that point, fine. If you don't like the story long-term there for Tesla. But willing to go here now on TSLA. Pretty big today. Let's see if we can make some money right away.
All right, guys. Chewy, next on the list here. They reported earnings after the bell yesterday, and they beat on the top and bottom line for the current quarter, but it was the full year, Adara, 2025 sales guidance that kind of sent this one a little bit lower.
Yeah, we can talk about that for sure here. So their fiscal 2025 sales guidance, $12.3 billion to $12.45 billion. So the midpoint of that is in, I guess, the mid to high 12.3 billions. That is below, though, the estimate of $12.42 billion. So mixed to a slight miss there for their guidance. Net sales, though, as Sherry's mentioned, beating estimates, $3.12 billion, up 8.3% year over year, above estimates of $3.08 billion. Their gross margin and their net margin, though, both decreased on a year over year basis.
All right, boys, you taking a bite out of Chewy, or what's going on over there?
Ooh, a bite out of Chewy. Well, Chewy took a bite out of itself. I mean, let's be real. Rocking to the upside. I don't remember exactly how big the short float is on this. I think it's bigger and better in Dave & Buster's with its 42% short float. Wow. But Chewy, it's got to get above 43. So the last move into the highs, 43 was a nice consolidation level. I think you're looking underneath that. Let me just double check something here on Chewy. Yeah, we have locates on Chewy. Yeah, so it's easy to borrow for us here at Real Trading. But it tried to break 43 twice already and failed. So this seems like the key level for Chewy. I think it could be headed back into the downside. We don't have GameStop on that list, but yeah, Chewy taking it on the chin, unless it's over 643. I mean, that's where I think the relief would start, at least. I think that's a short at 43.
Yeah, you asked about looking at Chewy, and my answer is no, I haven't even called it up. So I'm just going to go right over to GameStop. $28.50 for me on GameStop. This is on the sticky note. I think this is an opportunity today. Obviously, Chewy is as well, but I mean, I've been watching GameStop for longer, and as I said, I haven't even called up Chewy yet as a ticker. But there's $28.50. It looks great also on a chart into this area right there. We have the 50 period supporting it at $28 as well. I like GameStop today. We know that they bought those 4,700 Bitcoin, so that's pretty interesting moving forward, especially if Bitcoin wants to go. We know it's on the balance sheet at a price lower than where it is now, so that's good. But again, I didn't really like the volume early. It's about doubled in the last half hour. I was just saying, can we get, I'm already bidding down here, can we get into 28.50? Really, that's the question. And if it comes back into there, then I'm a buyer of this. And then maybe we'll just wait to see if 28 eventually breaks. It's just an earnings play where it's not moving as much as expected. Pretty flat, sales down, EPS beat. I don't like it for anything else other than it's 12% short float, and I know there's a lot of traders going to be looking at it. So if I'm trading away here, I should be looking at it. So that's what I'm going to be doing with GameStop. My focus is over here, and I'll let the big dogs bark on Chewy.
Guys, last on the list here, GitLab reporting earnings yesterday as well. Down aggressively here to start the day. They did beat on the bottom line. They were able to report earnings of about 17 cents per share, but they did miss Adara on that top line. Revenue $732.4 million, missing by about 2 1/3% there.
Yeah, I mean, we'll talk about the guidance here as well. So Q2 guidance between 226 million, 227 million. That's just narrowly missing estimates of 227.16 million. That's for Q2. Now, their EPS guide for the quarter, it was in line with analyst estimates. They also raised their adjusted EPS guide, and they affirmed their guide for sales, both of which more or less in line with estimates. It's kind of like a middle-of-the-road earnings report, I'd say, for GitLab.
And as you just told me off camera, down 25% year-to-date, boys, GitLab.
Yeah, middle of the road is. We used to have like there was like a puke emoji where I looked like I hit the key and I looked like mine looked like I was Deshaun Watson.
Yep.
And I think we got rid of it. But okay, so picture me hitting that one, and that's GitLab today, down 13%. Look, let's look at the quantum names today instead of GitLab, unless you're looking for the short, which I don't know, short back into prior high makes sense. There could be. I thought maybe there'd be a flat bottom break on GitLab. We said this in the afternoon. Hey, if this flat bottom breaks, we'd look for continuation shorts underneath. It has to break the $40 level. It didn't quite get into complete and abject disaster here on GitLab because there's still the support from April. But the way I see it is if you're testing the April support levels, when now we're starting to get deals done, that's the definition of things looking bad. So yeah, not a big fan here. I think it's going to be a trade to the south side if it takes out a continuation trade. If it eventually takes out that 40 for today, I'll probably be a pass on that as we look at Rigetti, Tesla, Nvidia. I mean, actually, Intel is going to be in play for me as well. We'll get to that in a minute.
All right, the name that's always in play, Palantir. We'll talk about that right now. Just right here, we have Tesla as a little bit of a bid imbalance, not doing much here. Has the imbalances are now out and they're pretty weak. There's nothing really going on here. We have IonQ as a nice little buy there as well, up to $42. I mean, it's going the opposite way. I'm just saying none of these imbalances are really affecting anything, but the big dogs roar today. Palantir has that opportunity again. There's one of, in my opinion, three of the best names, Nvidia, Palantir, and Tesla to day trade. Palantir here today up 0.6, 0.7 now, doubling the market. And monster move off CPI, as if that matters to Palantir, but nice move upside right there. I say a pullback into this 132 here is something to definitely look at. I mean, that was a good level yesterday. We spent a little bit of time over it, a little bit of time under it, then we broke through, came back in. End of the day at 132.50 on a positive day with positive news today. I think Palantir works. Here's the 200 period moving average right here, looking pretty good. That dip I gave you 130 yesterday, and today hopefully it gives me 132. So I'm already bidding 132 right here on PLTR. So yeah, man, just to review, the sticky note is now out. It's got Tesla between 328 and 330. So we're going to look for that right off the jump early. It's got GameStop on here. Well, here comes the Tesla a little bit. Here comes GameStop on the list as well at 28.50. There's a nice bump up. I can't help whatever the market wants to do. We have IBIT. We didn't talk about IBIT. I talked about it a little bit earlier. I have this as a breakout trade right here, that weekly high of 62.75. We're going to see about breaking through on that for IBIT. I mean, it was just yesterday's high, but we do have some highs right into there as well. 62.50. We're going to see about a breakout right there of 62.75. That order is also in to go. And then the other trade that I'm going to be looking at as well is NVIDIA down to 144. I mean, we're almost there now. This one is a little questionable because it's not moving in the right direction right off the jump here. So I'm already bidding down here at 144. Let's see if we can get something there. It's 144.25. The bottom might be, I told you, 143, and we have to get out of NVIDIA. So let's see where that comes with only 1 minute to go. We're locked and we're loaded and we're ready to go. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and all of that for now. But yeah, Bitcoin, IBIT, I just ran over some of my plays.
Yeah, the only one that didn't go over, there was that crazy move in Intel yesterday, no explanation given for it in the afternoon. There was a held bid at 22, as anybody can see right here. Simple, if it can break that at the open, you want to look long over, short under on Intel at 22 even. Already breaking the low of the day. I don't want this, I'm not going to chase this. I don't want a gap filling on us, but hey, it's hump day. So far, so good. Deal done. Light CPI, market coming back in. We got some dip buys locked and loaded. Hopefully, we'll get something on Rigetti. Hopefully, we'll get something on Tesla. Chip names looking strong as well. So let's get over to Adara, and let's ring this hump day bell in 3, 2, and 1. Let's go.
All right, here we go. I actually just put a market, not a market buy, but a buy. Oh, we're into something already. GameStop just fell in. I put a break long there on NVIDIA to the high side as well. So if that does come in. All right, so we get GameStop right down here. Like I said, if this breaks 28, let's just get out of it and then we'll just leave it alone. It's not a huge position, but again, one that I think has a chance at least to go. So we're into GameStop right now. First trade on the board, and it looks like we'll be able to take a little bit of profit if we can get it. Look at the gap right there, right? So you're going to have to try to play off of that as well. So yeah, it's so far so good here with GameStop. Good long, 28.60. That's where we have it. It just went into the, oh, there we go. We get an 89 fill there, and we get a quick 30 cents to start the day here on GameStop with very little liquidity. I mean, I didn't expect the spread to be like this. So yeah, there it goes, man. Tesla pulling back in a little bit.
32.
Yeah, nothing else is happening for me right now. Held 32, so right there, the 200 period. Unfortunately, I was at 30s, but we'll wait and see if we can be patient. Here we go. Come on, GameStop. That's the one for me.
I can't read. What is that? What is that number on NVIDIA? 1.5? No, that's more than it looked like.
145. I'm not going long on that break.
No, I'm not going long the 145 break, but there was like 17 million shares. It looked like on the offer, so there's something holding that. Well, I mean, there's an offer holding it at 45. That can give us the opportunity. I canceled my bid. But I'm going to throw it back in there at that 144. I canceled my bid a couple of seconds ago on NVIDIA, but I think we're headed right back in, and we can try to catch that. Tesla's coming back in there. Oh, no. Bye-bye, Rigetti. Oh, Rigetti's already breaking 1250. Going to slip a bit in on Rigetti, see if we can't catch this on the way back in. So NVIDIA heading back into the downside. Tesla doing absolutely nothing. Here's Rigetti. Rigetti just bounced off VWAP and hit 1270. Yeah. Absolute powerhouse. Remember, QUBT is super strong as well. The entire quantum group is looking pretty strong. QUBT is going into the Russell at the end of the month, by the way. We didn't mention that.
All right, here we go, man. Yeah, good call out there. So we just got some 98s or so. Sorry, was it 93s right there on GameStop, getting a little bit lighter on that one. But let's just continue to see what exactly is moving around here, because my scanner's not growing crazy or anything, but the futures are coming back in as well. So it's going to be looking for NVIDIA. That dip buy probably comes in. We're at 144, remember, for that one. I don't necessarily want to dip buy Tesla at these levels yet. It's still at 333. Right now, NVIDIA might not even give us that level. I mean, we might have to go long at 144.30 right here on NVIDIA, but I don't want to get too excited. The market also came down into VWAP. This one broke through VWAP and bounced off of 144.20. I'm at 144.10. right now. So if that can come in, great. Here goes Tesla, it looks like right now as well. So TSLA, that might be the trade. Well, nah, it was just down there again.
The same thing. And the
333, right up there to 335 again, and then falling back in. So, all right, but here we go, man. It is your awesome, so far, trade for me of the day. We just got 20s right there on GameStop. So, yeah, man, we're putting up some numbers here. It's just one trade for me, and that's GameStop, and so far, so good. Yeah, I like the stock here. I like it at those levels, talked about it a little bit, and I hope some of you are on that level as well. There's GameStop. Your first 50-cent winner. It's a banger.
Yeah, banger for sure. As okay, Nvidia is going to give it to us here. It seems like that 144 is coming into play. There's just no red. There's no green candles on the day. We were able to get the quarters here, maybe not exactly quarters, 27s on Rigetti, as it's been holding on to the volume weighted average price. I like it over 12. If we lose 12, we jump out of it. I saw the same thing that Sean did on Tesla, where it looked like we're breaking out. You can wait here in front of the prior day high as long as you want, but right now it doesn't seem like it wants to get it. If we get one close above VWAP, this turns into a breakout trade on Tesla. Yeah. So if it closed above VWAP, then I'm going to start. I'll probably put that order in there if we do. Going to get an offer in front of the $0.50 there on Rigetti. That's pretty much it, because Nvidia, I keep saying it's imminent that we're going to get the bid. It just bounced. Oh, come on. It just bounced like 2 cents away from my order. We're going to go to Adara. Come on, give us some green here. I think we're headed to the pre-market low on Nvidia. Very weak. The Nasdaq about to turn red. Adara?
One name here that's really strong, it's First Solar, though this one actually also taking a bit of a turn for the worse here. FSLR on watch, getting an upgrade from hold to buy by Jefferies with the price target increase from 157 to 192. Great look here for FSLR, though, as I mentioned, dropping a little bit right now. Back to you.
All right, 143's coming in here maybe. We are long. I mean, it's a good thing that we have my good friend anyways, GameStop right now, because that's giving me a good little win here as we wait for Nvidia bouncing around 144. Look, man, I have the 144.10, so we'll wait to see how we go here on that kind of a play. Hopefully we do get a little bit of a bounce. This is the level that we wrote down, but we were also worried about, 144 long off that base. And what I wrote down yesterday or about this trade was that we could also, the real base is down here like at 143, like in this area, 143.50. 143.70, something like that. So I'm going to risk it here and put on a little bit more of a position right there for Nvidia if and when that comes in. So I'm going to be patient with it. You guys know I have the ability to, to do whatever. So there's going to be lots of time to make more trades, but for right now it's GameStop 60 cents in the money and it's Nvidia a whole 10 cents. So we'll have to wait to see if that can get going. But so far so good on our ideas here today. IBIT making a bounce down, and maybe it's time to pick some IBIT up as Bitcoin goes to 109.3. IBIT makes that move into 62. Too bad. Yesterday I probably would have bought that dip into those levels, but today I was looking for the breakout, and I was actually looking for this breakout of 62.75. I think we'll be patient and wait for that one as Nvidia coming back down as well.
Yeah, Nvidia coming back down. What a short Intel obviously was. I mean, give me a break. It's just now 4% to the downside. Rigetti loses the bid. Come on, Nvidia. I'm offering at 29. Jesse Barfield. 28. Just got that fill. But we just lost contain on Rigetti. If it's a fail breakout at the high, at the open, this is what happened yesterday. It ended up trending down. So I can get out of it, but the only way I'm going back long is if it puts in some higher lows and holds a volume weighted average price. The only other trade I've been in is Nvidia pulling back into prior close, and it just bounced. But can't seem to get past that quarter. So still looking incredibly weak. Tesla is looking a little bit stronger now. Yeah, still waiting at 28 here, but it doesn't want to do anything. You're still inside the range. Going to be patient here. The opening range hasn't really mattered too much if you find the right long. Like, you just got to be able to, you could have it laid on VWAP on Tesla, and that's like 90% of the trade. But I don't want to be in this one too early and then miss out on the opportunity to catch it on the swing to the upside. Let's go to Adara.
Here is LAES, Seals Q. This is a repeat offender, for lack of a better term, in that small cap space. This one is about a 9% short float this morning, running after securing a 30 million certificate deal for smart meter security in Asia, just making a new day high. Not a ton of volume on this either, but keep an eye on LMT and some of these defense plays. Apparently, Bloomberg reporting here that the Pentagon is slashing its request for Air Force 35s in half. So let's request here LMT really getting hit, guys. Again, not a ton of volume, though. Back to you.
Defense spending is going to software and AI.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, and on top of that, Boeing looks really good in that space as well. So LMT kind of taking it on the chin. Maybe, I don't know. I didn't look at the chart, so I can't really tell you if it's taking it on the chin, but it doesn't surprise me if they're going to be down. Go Webull. Happy with that one. But I saw the people in the chat mentioning that one's going into the upside. We want NVIDIA to get to the volume weighted average price, which is 144.5 in here. That's what we're looking to grab for the next out. Tesla's still doing absolutely nothing. Hasn't broken 332. Hasn't broken 336. So not much going on here for Tesla. It looks like it's trending towards a break of that top. So that might end up being the play instead of the dip buy here on Tesla. We might have missed the boat shorting Intel because it was right away, like instantly just flushing. I don't know if we're going to get any kind of a pop back into the volume weighted average price, but that's what I'm going to patiently wait for. This is the only name outside of those earnings plays that would have even considered short on. And down 3% for Intel. There was no reason why it was up. Not that surprising, it's down.
All right. Yeah, we're just doing what we do best here, I think. Anyways, we bought some of our note. We bought 144s twice. We got two outs here at 25, and now just waiting to go, man. I mean, you know, we have another decent position here, and let's just wait to see where it goes. I mean, I'm always waiting for lower to see if it can come through, but let's try to hold this and see how high we can fly here with NVDA. That's another one that's on the list. IBIT. Oh, wow, here we go. What a good move that was to the downside. Here comes 110. I said we break the 112 today, so let's see if that gets going. And if we're going to do that, then yeah, man, I need to be representing the long at some point. So I'm going to be doing it right there on yesterday's high break of 62.75. We still got work to do before we get there. But, I mean, from the low was 62.10 or so, we just made 30 cents. So 30 more cents. If we have the same first 10 minutes as we have the next 10 minutes, we should be up near. Took some more outs. We got another 28.90. We got another 29.04. I have exactly half right now of the GameStop position left. So if it breaks, yeah, I didn't even look at Chewy. All right, just a quick look on here on the banks. JP Morgan, so we are celebrating that 270. I hadn't seen it that high. We got some out yesterday, remember 268.50. We talked about that for JP Morgan. So right now we're going to wait to see what JPM wants to do today. A nice little battle back off that 266 right now for some of these bank names. Webull, we talked about that. I bought some yesterday at 11, a decent sized position. So yeah, hopefully it can work out there for me in the longer term. And again, we sold some Palantir 134. We sold some Palantir 124. We bought some Webull. We sold some Google. We bought Eli Lilly is another name that we can have a quick look at. Wow. Yes, sir. Eli Lilly. That's a chicken dinner winner all day right there, as that's up to 816 right now. Another big move there. And then did Disney break through 120 yet? No, sir. It came close enough to doing that in the pre-market up to 119.80. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit all of that, man, and get ready to rock and roll as here comes NVIDIA. Straight downside right now. So we're going to wait. Like I said, no stress on this one. We're at 143.75. I'll take, there it is. We just got that, Phil. I'm going to give this to 143.50. If we break that, then obviously we're in some trouble there. So my average price is 143.80 on, I guess, a big position. So we'll wait to see what winds up happening.
Yeah, that's actually the blue ocean support level last night. So I have the same stop, but it's the overnight, and shout out to Real Trading, it's the overnight low on NVIDIA that is trending back down into.
Yeah, here it comes.
I'm jumping out of it. Tesla's also starting to come back into the downside, so very quickly, because NVIDIA is right at that price, close this bar above, and then we can maybe take another ad if we're able to get a fill. So there's one green candle on this. We're able to get one fill out on that green candle. But Tesla threatening to break the lows. We're waiting for that the prior high. Down at 328, but it looks like it's about to take out those lows here on TSLA. Finally, getting some movement on Tesla. NVIDIA headed downside, as we said, and some names looking strong. Sylvester Jackson talking about SoFi. Love that stock. Yeah, I guess this is what's breaking out. I looked over to see if Rivian was breaking out. Nope, that failed its break. SoFi looking strong in the last couple of sessions here, but NVIDIA not as much. as it's still looking to close underneath, underneath these prior lows from this morning. Yeah, there's not much juice in it. I'm not seeing any bounce just yet, so my stop is in. I'm not going to move it or anything. If we can close above, I'll go for the ad, but not looking very healthy here on NVIDIA. Tesla, I can't believe it's still an inside day on Tesla. That makes no sense to me, but it did this in the morning yesterday, and there was still a chance for that big rally.
Yeah, the market's flat, which is kind of not giving me too many ideas here right now. We're long at 71s here on NVIDIA, just trying to see if there is any sort of a get up going here. I don't feel like it is. I mean, normally when NVIDIA is going to be right for, oh, there's a big size right there. Normally when NVIDIA is right, it's pretty right early, and right now the right direction seems to be sell side. So, you know, us sitting here trying to pick up these longs does feel a little silly because every long we've wanted has come pretty easily. It's 943 right now. I could get out for flat if I wanted to, and I don't. But if you guys are nervous about this, then for sure this is a good level. We do have a big, decent seller there that just got eaten up in basically in one try. So here we go, back up to the upside now for NVIDIA. We just got a 75 fill there again, but yeah, big position considering for around these spaces. That's for sure for myself anyways. So here we go, man. Let's see if it can work out. We're long at 69s right now on NVIDIA. This is a big play for me, guys. As we start to get some out, yes, sir, that was a good idea to get some more shares down there right now. So here we go. Let's go, NVIDIA, man. The big trade alert is on right now for NVDA. This is your Trader TV Live. I need a key for this. A big trade alert is what we got to do. This is it. I mean, whether or not it works, I don't know, but the shares are in right now. It's Trader TV Live's big trade alert happening right now at 9:45.
Yeah, it is looking like it's going to be a solid one if we can hold on. What a great look. It just tagged that pre-market low. You can tell those dark pool wicks. Broke the prior bar. That's what I'm looking for a re-entry. 144 next stop, then volume weighted average price is going to be next as well. Oh my goodness. Fill 44s.
Let's go, guys.
Offer 44s, offer like 99. I just got some 99s in there. So I'm still holding on to half of the position. Well, actually, no, I have 2/3 of it still on. I want to see us get over the 144 level and take out those quarters. Intel's going to break $21 any second now, so that's completely filled in the gap here. It broke out at 20.95. If there's any long to be had, I guess maybe it would be down here. Someone said the CEO made a speech yesterday, and that was the reason why it was going to the upside. Well, maybe he needs to make another speech right now. So fills in the gap at 20.95. I'll take a shot at a mean reversion if it can set up. But right now, this stock is absolutely bleeding down, and the semis are looking weak as a group. NVIDIA right back into those lows. So if it takes out that low, I'll be out. I'll be red because I'm holding on for the volume-weighted average price here. Actually only got a third out.
Yeah, I got a quarter out of NVIDIA there as, yeah, it definitely feels like a crowded trade to me. That is for sure. But guess what's happening right here, man? We're in the money now nicely. Let's try to hit $1 right now on Tesla. We just bought 330s. We talked about how we like that level down there. There it is, Neil. There's $1 right there on Tesla. Let's go. The sticky note remains supreme there. 330, we get that. Oh, that's not Tesla. We get that and we get out twice. 330, 331 there, 331.30s as well. But yeah, it looks like NVIDIA trying to break down to the downside right now, and here it goes. NVDA, like I said, man, when you're using these kind of shares, you got to get out. So there it is, man. We break out. We'll be red on NVIDIA, but flat on the day so far because our boy Tesla also wants to go up. Hey, man, we take a shot, and that shot does not pay out. There's no doubt about that on NVIDIA, but it did pay so far on Tesla. But just be careful with where Tesla is going. I mean, that 328 to 325, 326 area could be incoming there. As again, this is one of those things where it's like, okay, so you got a deal on China. That's nice. Where does that leave us? Sometimes it's buy the rumor, sell the news. And it looks like today on the Nasdaq going red right now off of, look at that CPI number, right? And the Nasdaq turns red. So not a great look there for traders of the Nasdaq. We are in the money nicely on GME. So GME and Tesla holding fort, but here comes Tesla right back in. We still have half of this position. Here comes 328, man. These names are coming in real quick, real light, real hot. So watch out. If we break this 328, then we're gonna, I'm chuckling because the market's falling down and we don't have a whole bunch of exposure, thankfully, on this. Thankfully, we were out of NVIDIA there as well. But 327.75, easily make back what we've lost so far. But let's be careful. We just bought some 329s there on Tesla. Let's see how far we can go on this one. 328.50 next stop.
It looks like that is going to be the next stop. But also, everybody, if you're looking to level up your trading game with Prop XP, you can get up to 1 to 200 leverage and static drawdown. Scroll the site and pick your challenge at propxp.com. Trade directly on our platform. Sign up, try for free, and start your trading journey. Enjoy rapid payouts and real human support. No bots.
No bots.
Rated 4.6 stars on Trustpilot, trusted by traders worldwide. Right now, get 50% off with the code tradertv. The link is in the description. Shout out to Profit X.
Oh, that's where the link is? Okay, good.
It is in the description. I just missed by 5 cents on our good friend, the stressed one on Tesla, right into that prior high. All right, I'll move to 329. It's the same thing it did at that 310 level yesterday. Pretty much the same thing. By the way, NVIDIA now at 143. That's the next spot that I was looking for support levels. So if it can't hold on to 143, you might, if you see me slide in, if we lose the 143, then I'm jumping out of NVIDIA. I am on the bid out in front of that level, have not been filled just yet. And the last one is Intel at prior days. It's at that breakout level from yesterday, about to put in the first shot at a mean reversion. If it goes to VWAP, I'd be absolutely thrilled. That's at 2140. This one has been falling like a knife. Looks like it's trying to hold this 21 even.
No worries here, guys. You know, we got another one right here. I mean, look what's happening on the sticky note right now. I mean, we wrote down 328 bottom for Tesla. The bottom of the day is 328, and we have it. So right now we're long. We're now $3, Neil, in the money. 1, 2, 3, right there for Tesla as it continues to rocket higher right there. So far so good. And we stepped into the Nasdaq as well, as the Nasdaq brings us right back to life again. So huge move up for the Nasdaq right now. We have that bottom. We have the bottom, maybe the bottom in Tesla right now. Can we have that $20 move today? I don't know, but here goes Tesla right now. We did take some out there near the tops, man. No mistakes whatsoever on Tesla today. There's 330, and I mean, I don't know, man. We talk about this every day, and I know it's getting a little long in the tooth, but who else is doing this? There's Tesla right there, 328 to 330. So we put it on. We put on the NVIDIA trade. That doesn't work. We put on GameStop. We're there right now. So far, so good, man, on these ideas. We just don't have Palantir. That's also not on the list. So there's the futures. Good trading there as we get back up to the 200 period moving average as well. And Tesla, oh boy, still that $3 and doing pretty well over there on Tesla. We did give up NVIDIA, unfortunately, but that 143 held beautifully. But again, switching over to other things, right? Like I'm green right now, and it helps because if I would have held on to this, sure, it would be good. Still right now, we would have been back to flat, but I wouldn't have been able to look at other opportunities, and there it goes right now. I might take one more piece out here on Tesla because it's such a monster move to the high side, but yeah, we just stopped actually at the 200 period, which has been the high, 332.50, so let's wait to see if that's something that comes into play, 332.50 again. We'll put another offer up there, but we got to get there first. So yeah, so far so good. I hope you guys are enjoying the show. Make sure you do hit the like and the subscribe as Tesla coming right back in.
Well, not yet. It's not coming right back in. Obviously, NVIDIA just made a move as well. It's about to go green on the sesh. I'm going to leave the bids in here, but not the ones at the bottom. I'll leave my 21 to try to catch another bottoming tail. The market's still looking at least a little bit heavy. As I said with Intel, we'd take a shot. It should have been a short, obviously. But our first look is right where this whole mess started yesterday at the prior high, and we'll try to play it back into the volume-weighted average price. I see everyone talking about Palantir in the chat, but I don't want to get too far away from the names that we wanted to look at here for our plays. Chewy, still looking incredibly weak. It's down 11%. I know it's SSR, but it's rejected VWAP now a couple of times. If I see a topping tail candle like this at VWAP again, I'll take a shot shorting in Chewy. I've double checked. We have those locates on. So right now, bidding 143s on NVIDIA, looking for the VWAP retracement here on Intel as this stock continues to look incredibly weak, and you can get some orders out on the way to said upside on this chip name. I haven't looked at AMD, haven't really looked at SMCI. really just try to focus on a couple of chip names, but they're all doing more or less the exact same thing and trying to put in some bottoms here. So if you can't make this bottom here when the Nasdaq's coming to VWAP, then these start to get in trouble. The Nasdaq's clearing VWAP and holding green. Your chip names need to at least get there, Adara.
You guys know here, we don't have any numbers at 10, just to be aware, but at 10 a.m. we are going to have Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent testifying here before a committee. I'm going to check which committee this is. It's going to be the Congress. So we're going to have to wait and watch this. I'll be covering that in case anything tariff-related is said. Just be aware he is speaking. Also, as I mentioned, no economic data, but at 1 p.m. we do have a 10-year note auction worth being aware of. Send you back to the guys.
Thanks, Adara. Yeah, we'll definitely.
That's the biggest auction. The 2 and the 10 are the two biggest ones. The 10-year matters a lot. So at 1 o'clock, if you see your quotes go crazy at 1 o'clock, you should know why. There's no excuse. Adara's got the goods right there.
Yeah, go for that. Hopefully I'll be here for 1 o'clock. Hopefully I'm still in all of these positions, to be honest with you. I mean, let's just give a go here to what we're doing. There goes the Nasdaq. I mean, we have the bottom on that. So hopefully it can continue to work out for us. I don't, or for me, I don't know if that's going to be the case, but I am now out of about 30% or so of this position as we climb up. You know, we broke the 200, we broke the VWAP, we were at the 50-period moving average we're now. So yeah, man, again, I kind of like that play, obviously. So we'll continue to watch out for that on the TQQs, right? And so that's the Nasdaq. So we use that because it's triple the leverage. We do miss that NVIDIA pull because it does go all the way down. And, you know, my bad. This will be my 1L there for so far today. But GameStop has really sort of helped out this day. Again, we had a great start there. Got right into our sticky note level of 28.50. Good out at 29.50. Now we'll wait to see if GameStop can get going. I just took another out at VWAP right there. So just to have a look at what it looks like. I mean, out early, when we can get 30 cents in the first minute, we're doing that. And then the second minute, it gave us 60, 70 cents. Then we came back in, took the 200, took VWAP again. So now let's just wait. I mean, I'm going to switch now to 28.25 if we break that level instead of 28 flat. Actually, right now we're at, let's just do a break of, 28.39, like a break of 28.50 and get out, because we've already done really well to sort of hold on to this. But, you know, we never know with this market what's going to be happening, and especially on an earnings day play. We just got another piece out there at 332, like 1 minute ago. So here it comes right back into 330. We already have that low of the day on Tesla. So we're going to wait to see if it does come back in. That would be a good reload spot. But for me, until then, I'm going to pass on reloading and just give it a second, because we've made the money there, but we never make enough because we're waiting for that, like I said, a much bigger move. Yesterday when we had that $20, or we only had a $13 winner, but when we had that, we didn't have that many shares left. So let's see if we can hold on for a little bit more. But coming right back into 330 right now is Tesla. So yeah, just a pretty interesting day so far. Relatively flat for me. We're just going to wait to see if we can get anything else going. There's 330 on Tesla. Oh, IBIT. What is Bitcoin? Okay, so
Bitcoin's not doing
yeah, I was going to say, I don't know why I call IBIT up when I can have Bitcoin right here on the screen. Yeah, just back and forth. 62.50 looks like the top there for IBIT. And then we can just quickly ETHA. We talked about this. iShares IBIT, iShares Ethereum here. Yeah, flat as well, not doing a whole heck of a lot. So yeah, we're just going to sit around and watch out. Other plays, maybe AMD 122.50, a decent size there. AMD, nice move to the downside. They have not recovered yet like NVIDIA did. So maybe AMD has some juice to it. AMD actually red on the day, so I would actually be a little more cautious of that. Maybe a 123 break back higher. I don't know, but yeah, not looking great actually for AMD.
No, not at all. But looking very good for, just very quickly, Circle is making a bit of a rally here. I just got into Tesla on the dip. Circle gets to 120 or anywhere close to 120. I think it's a fade on Circle. Want to throw that one out there. Yeah, we just got the fill at 329 on Tesla. If we lose the prior close, I think this one is absolutely trashed. NVIDIA's not really come back in there. We were able to get a couple of outs there on Intel on the dip, but now it's trying to go right back into the low of the day. If it holds a higher low, then this becomes an add, and we stick with the plan of trying to get it into the volume-weighted average price for sure. Want to make sure we got that note there on Circle. If it gets to 120, it's only about halfway there, trying to fill in the gap. Chill vibes. You bought Meta at 700. Go Meta. I'm assuming you're happy because it's going up. I just had a peek over at Alphabet. and saw that that was at least relatively strong. Like some of these mags are creeping above the volume weighted average price. It's the chip names that are lagging the most.
Go.
Which I guess makes a little bit of sense.
Oh, man.
Now here goes Tesla.
Yeah,
right, we got in for the first time. I want this back into the volume weighted average price. Pull back into prior high. Tried to add to it at 28, but it didn't fill the 28 level. So let's see if we can't get some 331 halves, I think would be a nice level to get out in front of resistance. We can't seem to break through that hump yet.
Yeah, man, we got 328.50s right there, so we'll put another $1 on our head right there for Tesla. So there it goes, right there. It is right there. There's Tesla. 330 now. What? I mean, we have two back-to-back dip buys down there. So there it goes, man. Nice move. What's up, Adara?
Shire here for DJT, that is Trump Media and Technology Group. The Trump Organization posting about an hour ago here that a big announcement is coming soon, but for some reason this post just now is getting circulated on social media, so looks like a bit of a delayed reaction here to a big announcement, to quote the company, coming soon here from the Trump Organization. DJT, nicely to the upside. Back to you.
I usually sell the news on that one. There, watch out. DJT, remember, this is now a fintech play. As well. So when you see some strength, if Bitcoin breaks 110, you can see some continuation over there. Just still in the same two names. We're now starting to push back into the upside. I want it break this 330 Tesla. I just can't seem to do it with any gusto. We did just wick the 330. I'm still looking to add at 328, and my first offer is above the 331 here. I see SMR is flying. Good look on that name. Absolutely love it. Intel's still doing the same move, but remember, I'm bearish on Intel. So this is a VWAP press, and that's about it. Now that it's broken this consolidation, my stop moves into the current low right here. From low of the day, my stop moves to, like, it's just underneath 2090. And, oh, it's 10 o'clock. Let's see what's happening now, Adara.
What's happening now here is a little bit of indecision, as you can tell in this most recent 15-minute candle that just closed here on the Nasdaq. Nice bottoming tail here to end out this candle on the Nasdaq. The QQQ is basically flat on the session, despite a bit of a strong reaction on the CPI print. So the year-over-year CPI was in line with estimates, but the month-over-month CPI and both the year-over-year and month-over-month core CPI a little bit cooler than we were expecting. S&P 500 and Nasdaq looking pretty similar here from a formation standpoint. Let's talk about Tesla. TSLA, of course, on watch today from a trading standpoint, but also on watch from a catalyst standpoint. Not only does it seem like CEO Elon Musk is trying to mend fences with his former ally, President Donald Trump, but he also, we've got a lot of teasing here for their robo-taxi event, tentatively set to have these launches here starting in late June. Then we've got Alibaba, these Chinese ADRs, certainly on watch this morning. Basically, it sounds like we've got a little bit of, right now, some agreements on trade from the meeting between China and the U.S. Last but not least, BTS and all these quantum plays. These are initially really strong here. Jensen Huang, CEO of NVIDIA, saying quantum's at an inflection point, but like a lot of these names, not able to hold that early strength. Back to you. Make sure to like and subscribe.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, man, you guys are coming back to some excitement, that is for sure. Right now, GameStop trying to go now, so that's going to be a good one, man. That's 50 cents in the money. The Nasdaq is 70 cents in the money. Tesla is $2 right now. What's up, Max? As that continues to go higher, man, we just have a lot of outs right here for Tesla, man. 330, 330.50, 330.30s. We almost broke through 331. We're going to wait for that fill to come through as well. Actually, on Tesla, did we get? No, we did not. We're waiting for 330.88s right now. So here we can get that in just a couple seconds. And here it goes, man. Tesla, again, yes, sir. Let's go, man. It's Hydration Nation, man. Stay hydrated no matter where you're at, whatever liquid you're trying. There it goes, 331 and change, man. It's $2.50. And we just tweeted this out again because we're trying to tell people that, hey, man, we are just trading off of what we've already posted, giving away completely for free, our watch list completely for free. All of these, there's 28. If you only have two trades today, what about Tesla 328? What about GameStop 28.50? And then the NVIDIA 144. We've already dumped that and we're out of that one clean right now. But there it goes, man. $2.50 in the money on Tesla as we just continue to blast higher on what are good amount of shares, man. Here goes Tesla. Let's see how high we can climb, man, today. Really excited about this play. It's bye-bye time for Tesla. And as Joe said, man, yesterday, he's like, in this market, you got to play for the big winners. There it is right there for Tesla. So let's try to get something out right now, even more out right here on TSLA. And, you know, with confidence breeds more and more and more confidence. So we're trying to expose and show that to you guys every single day here on Trader TV Live. So there's Marvell also looking at 70 as well right now. Marvell up 2%. Probably got some notes from my buddy here. But Tesla, $3 now in the money. It's a $3 club. And these are just 2 reloads off of the given levels. So far, so good there. Let's see how high we can fly for Tesla. Finally starting to go, which is nice.
Yeah, which is nice. It got to that 331.50 on Tesla. So you see, I took my out. It's been holding this trend. I think you go right back into the lows and great. Or you close breaking this like early trend line that we have, and we can work longs up top. There's also a breakout play on Tesla up here at 336 and change that I think makes some sense. Intel's still on that slow grind back up to the upside. I don't think it's as strong as everything else. Like when I see Marvell at the high of the day, I haven't looked at, AMD is weak, never mind. I haven't looked at SMCI. Like you're looking at some chip names that are stronger than others. SMCI is green, it's at VWAP, so I think you gotta be careful trying to hit a home run on Intel. I don't think it fills the gap in back to the top, so I'm getting out half of this position. Circle, yes, it is up, but there was no break of 115 to get us into that 120. It's already pulling back in. I just feel like on a 15-minute chart here for Circle, you've got a pretty distinct head and shoulders, so if it tries to fill in that gap, there's like a reversion in here somewhere for Circle. So I paid for locates on this, but we're not there yet. Chewy's a nothing burger unless you were short off of the open.
Yeah.
I mean, Chewy, unless you were short off the open, I don't think there was any other trade in Chewy. It's trying to press VWAP right now. So I'm going to be out of Intel at VWAP and then hunting for the next trade. Hopefully it's a dip buy in Tesla again, or we can get something going in Circle.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm going to ask Randy for a T also. At least this time, Neil's patient 0, so that's all good. T also. You might, like I was saying, man, you may have the bro show all day in the next couple of days here. So we'll wait to see. Good for everybody else. So that's good for them, and we'll see.
I knew it was bad when my whoop was like a 1% recovery. Like 1%? Come on, man.
Come on,
and then
man.
It's like, you're okay. You have a 1%. It's not 0. I'm like, I don't think it can be 0. But it will be fine.
I feel like I'm the least healthy person here, but the person that is never really takes sick days. But I'm going to do some. I can start feeling it in my throat right now. So we'll get ready to go. But I don't want to miss these markets, man. We're now $3 in the monies with Tesla as that's coming back up. Let's put another offer at 332 and then hold the rest. Just because, like, I have to do this, man. I mean, I'm trying to change who I am and get a little more. I don't know, a little more patience with waiting for these big plays. But then I can't change who I am looking down at and seeing the winners and seeing, like, you know, the work that we've put in and the kind of the net, and then saying, you know what, I don't want to lose this, so got to take it out. But again, scared money don't make money, and this is what I'm trying to get, you know, with some of the guys around here. Sharif's talked about that I've sort of talked to him, trying to get more shares. Joe, same way. And, you know, just trying to say, like, if you're thinking something, try to go for it. We all have strategies that we like, and I think it's time to push the envelope everywhere, right? So, all right, Apple coming back in just a little bit. Look, I mean, look at the futures. I wish I could say more right now, like the futures were actually doing something. We have the bottom of the Nasdaq right now. Apple, again, just doing this. Good bottoms there, 202 and change. That could be something to come into play there as well. But there's the bottom on the Nasdaq. We were pretty patient, and it's just a matter of doing what we do best around here, right? And that is to try to wait for support. That's my strategy. Wait for support coming in there. It's how we nailed this Tesla. It's how we nailed these futures. And yeah, it's a good positive day so far. Trying to always be a little more positive on all of these plays. So yeah, hopefully that will come in very soon. But yeah, right now it's about the patience game as Google. Is that over 180 yet? Right here for Google, 179 and change. So yeah, Google finally trying to do something right now as well. It did get to 180 in the pre.
It might still be a short after that news.
Oh boy, we just got that 332 right now again. So yeah, so far so good here on the day, man. We're really starting to cruise. It's too bad that we dropped out of NVIDIA, but it's not really doing anything, so I shouldn't say too bad.
It might retake the lows, I think.
Yeah, I mean, the market is...
Just very quickly, like NVIDIA, like the chip names are distinctly different. Outside of Marvell, which Sean pulled up, and I saw that at the high of the day, NVIDIA just tagged VWAP and is pulling back in there. So on Intel, if we're going to be bearish on it, if we lose the trend line here, I'll take out like 2/3. I'll hold on to a small piece for this lower high, or sort of this higher low. But if we lose the trend line, I'll take another chunk out on Intel. Still looking for that push back into the volume-weighted average price. It's going, but I mean, obviously not as rapidly because it's not a very good stock. So the setup is there, but it's not flying like it did yesterday. SMR, I don't know what is going on with SMR. We know the nuclear names have been in play, but it's going absolutely ham.
Nice.
So
42?
I'm going to stink off for some SMR. I don't know exactly where, but this is a very good rally on SMR. May take out 10%. In the old PA. 17% to the upside. I'm going to make an assumption that maybe NNE is having a good day too. NNE, okay, 11%. So the nuclear name's going nuclear, Adara?
Keep an eye here on SMR and a lot of these other nuclear plays here. I couldn't find any news on these specifically. We know they get a lot of retail attention and they have pretty decent short floats. Sometimes they move alongside quantum, which we know actually gave up some of its earlier strength. But regardless, just be aware these quantum plays like Oklo, SMR, NNE, all moving nicely this morning. Back to you.
Taking some out right now, so you guys can know at least I'm doing this. I'll put a price a little bit higher on SMR. I am way too much in the money now on SMR. I mean, it is just starting to really go. I mean, maybe we'll put a 42 sell or so on that. So I'm going to do some of that right now on SMR. I won't trade it on the show. All right, 47. 41.70 right there on SMR, just to get something else out. It's too good of a trade. Let me just pay for some of my kids' dental work right here. All right, we'll get that in right there. All right, there it is. I'm just kidding. They don't have any dental work. All right, so there it goes. All right, so we'll see if that can go. There goes SMR. So I'm not going to look at it. You guys, I just told you where my order is, so hopefully that will get filled. But there goes Tesla right now. So there's our last out. We talked about that, wanting to get something there at VWAP, man. It is a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. Yeah, no, my Gia, my daughter's, she's already got her braces, and they're off now, and she is, I mean, they worked like a charm.
Aren't they cheaper than when we were kids?
About $4 or $5 grand. Yeah,
well, that's about the same.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably a lot more expensive, honestly, now than it was when we were there because everything's gone up in value. But all right, 333, Neil, man, we got to do this, man. There's $4.50 right there for this one. So yeah, man, we're feeling pretty good right now about what we've been doing here live for everybody. So yeah, just keep the support going. We want to thank you, everybody, for all of that because without it, we don't have anything. So thank you for everything, everybody, and you guys are motivating me to get better and better every single day because I feel like there's accountability right here. Well, we are sitting here. I have accountability to my family. I have accountability to you guys as well to try to put on some good trades and talk about them. And there it goes right now. Hopefully the reasoning is sound, and that's what I'm saying. Ask us at any point, man, how our day's going, how are we doing, what's for lunch, anything like that, and we're more than happy to help you. This show is getting bigger and better every single day. So, just thank you for all the support. Thanks, Joe. Thank you, Sharif. Thanks, Adara. Thank you, Neil. Everybody that's been going back and forth here. Ramin, Fabian, everybody, Andre, Raheem, Alani, thank you so much for coming through again today. And thank you for everybody who's watching. I mean, without you guys, we don't have anything. And I mean, I'm just over the moon now. It's $5 on NVIDIA. Like yesterday, Neil, I looked at myself and was like, can we just keep repeating all of this? And it's like, okay, we just stick with our plan, right? If you stick with the plan and you have something that works for you, you should just keep on doing it. And I think that we found what works best for me. May not be a great host, but definitely as trading, I think we're holding it down as far as that goes. So here we go, man. 333 and change for Tesla. Let's just keep it going, man. We bull, we bear. Yeah, that's a good one. I just saw someone in the chat.
Why? We bull's down?
I have no idea.
No,
but thank you, everybody, for all the support.
NVIDIA is now flying. We'll slap the L on that one. That ends up being a fail, as it looks like there's a certain irony to making money long on Intel and losing money long on NVIDIA, which is annoying, but that's just how it is. But we'll look for the next trade in NVIDIA. It's now making higher lows, so trend back up here. Trend back up on NVIDIA. Let's see if it can hold on to the trend line and play like dips into the trend. and see if we can't catch it. On the way down is always nasty. The problem is, look at the bottoming tail candle on a 3-minute NVIDIA. Like when it makes that bottoming tail, that break back up is like, it's pretty hefty. That's a hard chase to get back in on NVIDIA. I want it to hold the line. I don't like the fact that it's relatively weak compared to the market. That's the only thing of concern. So you want to see us hold those higher lows and make that play back in. This is still very, very slowly going. I'm thinking this has got to be a short at some point on Intel, but I still have a little bit left. Got a couple of orders in front of VWAP, and then we hold on to the last 10% if we can get it. Manuel, Palantir, this looks pretty constructive. You know, this is what you want to see. Like, this is relatively strong. It held the line. I liked 131 on Palantir, which I think had absolutely no chance to come back in, so I didn't even bother putting it in. It was at 134, so I didn't think it was going to get there. But this is a top end. It's a fail break once, but that's one wick. You break out 135, and remember, this is a blue sky setup for Palantir. You have no top outside of today's high. So I think you got some breakout potential here on PLTR. And the dip buy should be back into 133.5. But I want NVIDIA, and we'll see if we can get out of this Intel. I want NVIDIA back in. I didn't save my trend line, so I want it to bounce off the trend line, and then we can try to grab it off the volume weighted average price. If it closes underneath the trend line, then obviously no trade, because I'm not shorting this stock. I'm not convinced of that yet.
All right. I just hope everyone's doing well today. Like we keep saying, man, good day here. Just looking at the Nasdaq, I mean, we fell in there really for no reason. I mean, there wasn't necessarily any. There never has to be a reason. But the market did fall in, so we were able to get that right there into the pre-market, into where we were pre-CPI. CPI comes out 2.4 versus 2.5, so a little cooler, which should be good for the market. We do already expect, what was it, 99% chance. When is the rate hike? Is the 18th? Is it the day before Juneteenth? Right there, and if we go into the CME Fed
it has to
rate,
18th is a Thursday.
Yeah, exactly. June. Yeah, that's the only day we're not here. We're not here next week on the 19th, which is Thursday, Juneteenth holiday. There. All right, so here it is right here, man. This is the meeting date is June the 18th, so we'll just confirm that. And there it is right now, so no change expected at all for, oh no, sorry, that now, yeah, currently 99.9. So there it is right there. We'll wait to see if there's going to be any sort of a movement off of that, but 99.9 is pretty consistent. I'm going to close that and not even look at it anymore because we do not need to update it. But if you are looking to upgrade your computer, maybe do it before June 18th. I don't know if the shipping can get there in time, but go find out. If you're ready to optimize your use for everyday trading, we've teamed up with Easy Trading Computers and Trader TV Live to bring you an exclusive sale on the world's most powerful AI-ready computers for trading. This limited time desktop and laptop sale. I mean, I know a lot of you. I'm going to show you something that I found at Staples the other day, yesterday actually. This limited time desktop and laptop sale includes exclusive performance upgrades, bonus gear, and 0% financing. And it's only for Trader TV viewers. At least scan that QR code, see what it's all about. Wow, there goes Tesla. Let's go. It's only for Trader TV viewers. Scan that QR code, unlock the access. The sale ends actually tomorrow, June the 12th. So if you're going to scan something, do it now. Tomorrow at 5 p.m. when we go off the air, you can grab it. Thank you, Easy Trading Computers, for that value unlock, and hopefully you guys can get over there and at least see what it's all about, right? You don't have to buy a computer or anything. Just go see where your computer, how it matches up with Easy Trading Computers. Oh no, this is not going to, oh, here it is, load. Oh, there was lunch yesterday. Oh, here it is right here. This, so I saw, this is a 49-inch monitor. I actually, shoot, the price is right there. But yeah, I had to drop off something back at for Amazon, so I went to Staples, went for a little I don't know, mile and a half walk. I don't know, but anyways, that's pretty sick screen right there. So shout out to Samsung if anybody works there. I could use one and then promote it on the show. You know, you guys could hit me up. So at Samsung, okay, I need this right there.
That would go very well on the new desk setup that we got going on. That's going to happen behind us. I'm just throwing, I mean, that would look absolutely gorgeous. It's a more efficient use of your space.
Let's go.
Everybody. The market's absolutely flying. ostentatious production. Isn't AI trading technically hacking the algorithm?
I already hacked it.
Yeah, not necessarily. One of the ways that you beat algos a lot of times is they're hit or miss on news. So sometimes you can get some real inefficiencies on news, and then just trying to find those spots of like where there's liquidity dumps, where they dropped a bid because of uncertainty, and those can be good turnaround zones oftentimes. But you got to time it right. Like Nvidia was a case of bad timing. Tesla worked for both of us until it actually happened to work. Although I still think that stock's a dog, and hopefully Nvidia hold the line here. You hold the line. It's trying to break this trend. I'm not shorting this. I want to see it hold the trend line, and then it's going to take out this top at 144.33 on NVDA. That looks like it's about to do it right now on NVIDIA.
144. Oh man. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good recovery, obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously.
We're at the highest spot we've been at all day, so I'm not going to complain about it. But yeah, if we did have NVIDIA, we would be even bigger than we are now. But we don't have it, so. But we have the TQs, which is now almost joining the club right there. And of course, this is the Nasdaq 3 levered ETF where we picked that bottom. There again, checking out. Oh, there goes IBIT. Okay, IBIT right now 110. 110 just breaks right there on Bitcoin. So 110.2 right now incoming. Let's go IBIT. See what winds up happening here on this break long on IBIT. We had written this one down on our sticky note again. So I already talked about breaking the algos. I break the algo I think every single day with just by doing research. You guys can go back. I mean, this is why it's documented, all of the ideas, and it's just a matter of sticking with your plan and figuring it all out. It's going to be very hard to beat them, to the punch, to buy shares, everything like that. But, nothing beats idea generation and all of that kind of stuff, right? And so that's what we do, right? I'm trying to trade for the future. Like, I'm trying to develop ideas and plans of action so that, like, when I'm done working here, I can just trade at home and do these kind of things. So that's why we're in a much chilled out atmosphere right here for myself, just waiting for things to break. So if this breaks 62.75, we're going in. We're going in right now with IBIT. So let's see what winds up happening. As we said, not feeling the greatest, but the trades don't care about how you're feeling. They act how they want to. So there goes Tesla right now. And here goes IBIT. Congratulations for all of that, man. We're about 6% in on our last buy. I did put an order in yesterday at 108.5. That did not fill. I wish it did. But I still think it will. Yeah, I'm very bullish here on this. But here comes the market back in a little bit for Tesla as that's falling in. But now my attention, we just got some more outs, by the way, up there, right there. So 332.50, 333. So we don't have as many shares left, but this is the problem when you hold, right? You hold for the dream, and maybe you don't get out where you should. But all good, man. We're still at a good level here. We'll wait for IBIT to break. Okay, there it is. It's 10:20. It's small cap recap time with Adara.
Before we get to the small cap recap, I just want to quickly let you guys know here, UNG and all these, any oil and gas plays on watch here. We do have Fitch Ratings changing their global oil and gas sector outlook to deteriorating. Caterpillar also may be on watch here. Apparently, they announced that they're raising their dividend by 10 cents. Not super significant. Let's talk here about these small caps. Here's the IWM. Nice bounce here off the lows for the Russell 2000. Really nice recovery here. Lots of small caps to talk about. These ones are not necessarily small cap runners per se, but they tend to move like so. Any of these quantum plays, Oklo, SMR, NNE. Couldn't find any news on these. Sometimes they move in sympathy with quantum, but it is worth noting for all of these plays, they all have pretty decent short floats to be aware of. Here is QSG. This is QuantaSing Group. It is not a quantum-related name. They reported Q3 earnings this morning. This one pushing to the upside. Last but not least, OUST Ouster. It's been on watch for a while, apparently getting some LiDAR approval from the Pentagon. Lots of small caps to be aware of. Make sure to like and subscribe. And lots of small cap coverage as well at our midday show at 11 a.m. Back to you.
That's right. Lots of small cappers, and especially in the right spaces. You want them to be in the right space. Look, if they don't have a catalyst, then I don't know if you want to be trading them too heavily. And certainly the quantum names looking super strong. NVIDIA just broke. Look, obviously it's made a low already, but it just broke out what was the morning top. If you go the only green candle off of the open, had resistance at 33, so breaks 33. get 34s, and let's see if we can get back into the high. Try to remember that 145 on NVIDIA is a big, well, it was a big deal. That's the high from Monday. So I think above 145, well, above this high here, 145.30 could be its own separate breakout. Palantir apparently already went, but it didn't break the high of the day. So Palantir going, I know a lot of people are talking Palantir broke 135, I believe, on the way to a 136 top, it looks like, for a break. I'm pretty sure the high is 136. But NVIDIA, we're back into it. Oddly enough, the worst price is the one that's working. Sometimes this is how it is. Buy on the way back up, and you should be good to go. I will be all out of, I'll be almost all out of Intel in a couple of pennies here. But NVIDIA, I think, is a stronger name. Thanks, Rob.
Okay. Yes, thank you, Rob, for that as well. We are into a new position. Ooh, it's honey stick. Okay. We are into IBIT. So IBIT does break that. I'm going to give it to 62.50, man. I'm going to give it to this breakout level that maybe we should have had in the first place right there. Let's see if it goes up, down, or around right here for IBIT. I'm just going to give it to that level. So first out, we'll get out of like maybe I put 10% up for 10 cents, but let's just wait to see if a Bitcoin and IBIT wants to continue its higher push right now, hoping for that play, that's for sure. All right, so the market just continues to go higher, so obviously we're in this one right now, back there to the high side. All right, let's look elsewhere, man. What's going on with Coinbase as we get a nice little run here in the Nasdaq and in crypto? So Coinbase right now not doing anything, actually, only up right now. Oh yeah, that's me, right? Only moving up 0.4. Like I thought it actually would have been a little bit more than that, considering what we're seeing right here with BTC. So it is 10:24, so it is time for me to discuss with you Trade the Pool. So one for all, the new trading competition from Trade the Pool, never been done before. Everyone will be trading together on one shared account with a milli as buying power, and this starts June the 16th to the 18th, so you better get involved soon. The goal is to beat the Qs. For example, okay, we have to give this example. If the Qs move by 3%, guess what? If you go 3.1%, you win. And that's it. What's in it for you, man? Everyone wins. Plus over $675,000 in prizes. 220 evaluation accounts are up for grabs. One account, one mission, all for one and one for all. Scan the QR code to join the team now over there at TTP, Trade the Pool. Yeah, TTP. Okay. So shout out to Trade the Pool. Make sure you do scan that QR code. Check the link over there in description. We want to thank them for sponsoring as well. All right, man.
I want to answer a question for Tylerverse here. I think it was.
Sure, why not?
Was the Tylerverse asking about Webull? Yeah, it was the Tylerverse. Any plans for a Webull long? Only in the PA, already in it. Bought it the other day. But in terms of day trade, look, it looks good. You got a bull flag going on, but since I pulled it up, literally no prints going off here. So it's not incredibly active. I think it's been running into trouble every single time it's broken out 11. So what I want to see happen is make a morning high and then sometime in midday break out that top, and then it looks a little bit better. Because the same thing that you've been seeing is we've bounced a couple times here. We got our dip buy, I think, on this day back on the 3rd. In the PA, and there's just been no follow through above that $11 level. So until it makes a higher low and breaks out the top in the afternoon, that's the pattern I want for continuation on Webull. Otherwise, you know, you need volume. Volume is the most important. Well, I shouldn't say it's the most important. It's a very important catalyst, and right now Bull doesn't have any. So it got to the $0.50 on NVIDIA. I think the dips now come back into the volume weighted average price here as it holds this trend line very nicely. So it's holding on to this trend on the 3-minute. If it breaks it, then it's lost VWAP. My stop is right underneath that prior bar on the trend, and we're going to hold out for the high of the day. Palantir is also at the high of the day as it's absolutely, cancel the VWAP dip in there, as it's absolutely flying now through 136. Oh, you got to buy the dip on this one. Wow, Palantir probably one of the cleanest looking longs. Sean talks about it being one of the best day trading stocks. Look at this. False breakdown once, false breakdown underneath support twice, and both times absolutely gobbled up. Clearly a better long than some of the things we got going on. But like you try to be a sniper and take your shots at things, but I'm starting to get wary and sort of bored with Intel. It'll be a winning trade, but at the end of the day, like this should be moving a heck of a lot more with the market. if I look back at my note, like what are the things that we like today? Tesla long, Nvidia long, Rigetti long, don't get me started there. Intel short, 22s, and we end up in a long trade. So if it's not going with the market, then I don't want to fight this thing. Absolutely flying now to the upside is the market. Hopefully Nvidia can follow through. Like I said, I've only gotten one out so far, and I'll go back and buy this dip into the volume weighted average price if it allows us to reload. Darwin, shout out to you. I did see a firm was making moves to the upside. I want to stay away from retail names that I'm not absolutely in love with in a frothy market. That's the one place I still have some concerns with. I don't know about, and I don't love the fact that they keep pulling back that Klarna IPO for a firm either. Let's go to Adara.
Keep an eye here on META. CNBC reporting that Mark Zuckerberg's Meta is launching apparently an AI world model to advance robotics and self-driving cars. So again, CNBC reporting here this Meta launch of a world AI model to advance robotics and self-driving cars. Back to you.
All right.
Meta.
Look, guys, I mean, Tesla, we just took $6. It's just one of those things again where we just kept going on this name. And today, like I said, man, we've sort of beat up some demons, man. I mean, we continue to hold on more shares for bigger plays. So that's what we're doing. That's what I'm doing right now. But IBIT right here does continue to fall in off of that 110 break. So I like I said, if we break back down below 62.50, we will be out of IBIT on what might have been a bad call there. I mean, we just went long based on this break right there, and it looks like that would have been, I mean, you know, we could have got excited the other day running right into 110, and then whoops, that happened. So we're not going to let that happen to us. If it does break back down below, we will get out where we indicated 62.50, so all the way down here where that breakout actually happened. So I wanted to get a little greedy and not greedy, but more patient with it and waited for that top break, but it doesn't look like it's working right now. I mean, I say this and I'm out of the money for 2 cents right now. So let's wait to see if it wants to get back up to the upside. But oh boy, man, it's $1 in on the TQs. $5 in on this name right there, and GameStop's been actually pretty good. GameStop is actually P&L number 2 today here. So yeah, so far so good as we just keep on tracking IBIT, and that for me is going to be the big one as we just wait to see if we do get back above. We got only as high as 78, right? So we're waiting for a little bit more of a move here on IBIT for sure. But yeah. You know, mistrade obviously there on NVIDIA, the only red name that I have in right there. Don't feel like I missed that much. We should have probably bought the 143s, but yeah, that was not part of the plan. I wanted 144 long. So yeah, what's up, Salvador? We're going to go to Darren in a second. Salvador, took Tesla with you, but need to teach myself to hold on. Yeah. As we all do, man. And it's nothing to do with the dream. It's just about being smart. Out of 90% of your shares already. That's the flossing trade right there. Congratulations, Salvatore. And I'm glad that you took it with me, as did many. So good trade over there. All right, GME right now, yeah, getting to the downside. I noticed that. We are now out for GME, for example. I'm out of 75% of that trade on GME, and we're almost out of it all. If it breaks right here, I thought we were getting out. Yeah, a break of 40 and we're out of GME, and we'll give back probably about 15% or so of what we made on this name. Still the number 2 stock around these joints. IBIT trying to go back upside as well, but it's Adara. It's 10:30, and maybe there's something about crypto today. Would be nice if we can get back through that high of the week at 62.75. Come on, Bitcoin, you can get to 111 at least, right? Let's go find out what Adara's got to say about these crypto markets. Thank you, Joe.
Go ETH.
I have to say, this Bitcoin daily chart is beautiful. Look here, this big push up on Monday. Tuesday, we get a bottoming tail candle here, flat top. Then today, a bottoming tail candle, slightly higher low, and a flat top. This kind of looks like what Sharif might call a flat top break here on BTC. Now, if that is the case, looks like we could potentially be poised here to take out all-time highs around the 112,000 level. What I mentioned is, well, we did get these EIA crude oil inventories These here at negative 3.64 million versus negative 2.6 million expected. Let's talk about some of these other crypto plays. Ethereum continuing to be really strong, massive, I think 7% move yesterday. Today, hanging out above 2,800 again. XRP up 2.5%, BNB 1.5%. Solana and Doge both up here about 6%, and Cardano up about 5%. So today, some of these altcoins actually faring better than BTC itself. Back to you.
I'm curious how Skibbity Toilet Coin is doing. I can't believe that one's actually a thing, but yeah, Bitcoin is the king. Keep it there. That's what it's all about. The quantum names still continue to go. I did just get the next leg up here on NVIDIA in front of 70s. 145 is double top on the 15-minute we mentioned before, so long back in. This is the fourth trade on NVIDIA for me, and it's the only one that's going to, for now, end up working. So it has a chance to get me close to flat, but if 1 for 3, to me, should be green. If we go 1 for 3, but 1 for 4, a lot of times that'll be flat if it works out all the way. We're down to our last slivers on Intel. VWAP's a line on a chart. As you can see, it didn't get to the volume weighted average price, but you got to listen to the market. Like, it bounced, and now it has a brick wall right in here at 15. So if VWAP is 5 cents higher and it's selling underneath and I'm bearish on it, then take some out in front and just respect where it does want to hold the levels. Pizza Rat says Roblox making an all-time high. Hopefully lots of things are making all-time highs here. Absolutely loving these markets. This is why you try to buy dips. And Scott Tomlinson, the 10-year auction is not till 1 p.m. So we got plenty of time till we have to worry about that 10-year auction. 1 p.m. should usually move the markets a little bit here. You can always see it in the tape. We're trying to stick to the names that we like from the open. If we lose this trend line, I'm still looking to buy dips at VWAP. But if we lose this trend line and break down on NVIDIA, then I got to jump out of this and maybe wait for that low 143. I checked back on my note. I actually liked 142 on NVIDIA. So if things get completely out of hand, like, NVIDIA is so much support up here, but really it didn't test anything that the big buy levels gave you the last couple of days. So it's pretty constructive. I think there's still even a breakout trade in play for this afternoon, as ugly as this morning was for some executions.
I love hearing the excitement over there by my mini-me friend over there, Joseph. What's going on, Joseph? I know he's got Bitcoin with your boy over there as well. So shout out to Joseph right there, man. Yeah, getting excited for that. I am going to take out like 5%. Right in and around here, 78s. If we're able to get it there, it goes through the upside. Just because that's where we stopped last time. My next offer is 85s. So hopefully we can get up there on this one. So we'll just wait. I mean, that was really nothing. So, yo, what's up to Joe as well, man? I hope you're doing well over there. That's for sure. But yeah, we're doing quite well with Tesla as that keeps on going. Let's check out SMR. Probably nothing. Ooh. We're getting close to getting out right now on SMR. Nice move higher right here today, trying to break 41.50. Nice upside for SMR. Here we go on that one. We just need crypto to go, and then today's day will be woohoo. That is for sure. As the Nasdaq, I mean, that's the bottom right there on the Nasdaq, man. I sure hope I sure hope we both wake up in good spirits tomorrow. So we can come back and trade these markets. I mean, we're on quite a nice little heater here over the last little while. So there we go, man. TQQ, nice upside move as well right now. And there it is, man. Hit the like, hit the subscribe for all of that and all of the action that you see right here, right now. Get part of our crew, man. And how you can do that is just, let me refresh. See what I'm saying? Like, this never goes. I didn't even hit the like button yet. So I got to reset this and then see how many people we have watching and what the like situation is all about. 1.2K, that ain't enough. Over 9,300 of you watching. If you haven't done it yet, let's see if we can get to 2 grand right now. We do have What's for Lunch coming up very, very soon. So that should be a lot of fun for all of us here as well. So let's get that going. And there goes the Nat. Like, no matter what you're trading today, I'm hoping it's been a good day. We've covered a lot of different things. Rigetti keeps on going to the high side. I got to phone my friend about, not the same friend as ours, a hockey friend, because, and this hasn't been since last fall when we were talking about SMR. So I wonder where they're long and if he's noticing. But there goes Rigetti, up 18% right now for RGTI. But Tesla holding the day right now around here, and we'll wait for crypto. But yeah, congratulations, everybody. Welcome Fahad Ahmed to our membership group there as well for $5 a month. Here it is, Fahad. I'll show you on the screen right there. Again, thanks for coming through one more time. We have members that have been here for 5+ years. We want to give a shout out to all of the OGs. So yeah, let's go crypto. Let's go Neil with the read.
Yeah, let's go crypto, let's go markets, let's go free on eSignal for 1 month, everybody. Check it out. They're still waiving those fees, so you have the ability to trade smarter and not harder. It's all about back testing. It's all about reliable data. It's an all-in-one platform. You can trade directly through multiple brokers. It's a highly customizable and certainly a user-friendly platform out there. You get level 1 access, level 2 access, the imbalance locator there for you, tick replay, which is a fantastic feature. You can watch these weekly charts of Meta as it tries to break. Well, maybe it's not going to break that all-time high.
Oh, no, who's that, Fabian?
Certainly has an opportunity to do so. So, look, it's free. The worst thing that can happen is you try it out.
Sorry, Joe.
No harm, no foul. No harm, no foul. If it elevates your game, then congratulations. You found yourself a quality platform that we use here. So shout out to eSignal. Scan the QR code you see right in front of you. Link also should be in the description. Just going back, we bought the dip on VWAP, not bought dip, although I like dip. The dip on VWAP here on NVIDIA. The stop is still underneath this prior bar. It's actually right at 144, oddly enough. Maybe a penny or two underneath that. So we're going to keep on holding it to that level. Still think 145 is going to be a reversal spot. Also, we're still in Intel. I have Circle on the mind, but that early strength that made it seem like it was going to go up to 120 or so, or at least challenge above 115, that's abated.
Holy shit.
Yeah, this doesn't look like it's going to be a thing yet.
Oh, yeah, first of all, IBIT is dropping in. We just broke 110. We're moments away from getting out of that one. That's going to be a fail. But, oh, my God. This name does not stop, and there's no way we're getting out of anything else of Palantir, man. We have a price target of Palantir at $200 at least. And there it goes, 138 and change. Huge move up there for PLTR, man. The name that we're long, sub $10, continues to go. And this is what, like, you can get names like this. This is why I'm in Webull. I don't think Webull's Palantir, but this, you know, you got to buy names and take shots. You know, and again, how much of your portfolio, up to you, but there it goes right there, Palantir. We didn't even write it down, or did I today? It's on every day, but today I was waiting for a dip high opportunity. It goes right into the 200 period moving average and blast off right there for PLTR. But you could see right here comes crypto. It just broke 110 again. So I'm going to give this a little bit more room. VWAP is 62.40, but at the end of the day, definitely the short there at that weekly high seems to have been what's been good there. So let's wait to see where it goes. But IBIT right now coming way back in. Well, not way, but it's 20 cents, but still enough for me. We did buy a little bit there at the 50 period moving average. So we'll have to wait to see what's going on now. But there's 62.40. It looks like VWAP is imminent right now. Not a great call, as there it goes. You can see it right down here. I mean, I'm happy with the call. You know, because I did think it was going to break 110 and keep going. You know, I called 112 today, so it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Bitcoin coming way back in. What's up, Adara?
We're going to talk about Sector Watch in a second. I want to mention as well here, REAL, the real on watch here. JCap with a short report saying that they're apparently on authentication process, my bad here, for the company, which does sell, I guess, some of these used goods, lets through many counterfeits, which has enraged buyers and sellers. So keep an eye here again, REAL with a JCap short report. Now here is our sector board, lightly green across the board. Some names, though, really strong. Palantir, as mentioned by Sean here, nicely to the upside. Netflix trying to break its two-day red streak up about 1%. Oracle ahead of its earnings tonight, up about 1% as well. Microsoft looking okay. Electronic Technology, Apple and NVIDIA relatively flat, but Broadcom, Micron strong. Intel pretty weak. Finance green across the board. We got some strength in health technology. Eli Lilly going for another green day here. Precision manufacturing strong. Consumer durables strong. Health services, transportation, consumer non-durables has some strength here as well. Now, one sector that's pretty weak here, retail trade. Amazon relatively flat here, but Walmart to the downside. Apparently, the CEO of its U.S. operation set to head to meet with some people in Congress today. Costco red, Home Depot red, a little bit of weakness here in retail trade. Back to you.
It's just all the retail names. Yeah, the retail names getting a little bit hit. You know, this morning didn't really feel all that great about retail. And Amazon's more than just a retail play. The only other retail name that's anything in my portfolio is Walmart. It's basically those two. You can always get a smattering of others. We had some questions about Lululemon earlier, but I think we're starting to lose the bid here a little bit. We bought the dip on NVIDIA at VWAP. We lose 144. I'm jumping out of this thing. It does look like we're starting to come back in pretty, I don't want to say heavily, but the other thing you got to contend with is, well, if you're breaking down as the market is testing resistance, it means you're relatively weak. Like the shorts would be shorting things at that prior high. I don't know what level they're looking at on NVIDIA, but the market's at a resistance spot. And so this is like put up or shut up level. We lose 144. I think we head back into the low. It's still like 142 from the note here on NVDA. Palantir, it's pretty far gone at this point. But the good news for Palantir, well, the good news is when it goes parabolic, usually there's some point during lunchtime that you get a consolidation or a dip buy. I suppose today will be the day that now that I'm saying that it's not going to do it. But a clean breakout here. It's a blue sky setup, but this is not a chase. On the 15-minute, it's pretty parabolic so far. Thank you for the super chat here, Repo Dennis. Repo Dennis, like it. Thoughts on the Chime IPO? I don't know that one. I don't know the Chime IPO. I'll try to do some work on it. Maybe we'll ask Adair about this one. I do not know the Chime IPO here, and actually, I'm not sure it's even in our system today. Sometimes if you get IPOs that come in and they're not gigantic, they're not always added first day here, but we'll get some color on that one for you from Adara for sure. Right now, the concern for me is NVIDIA, which looked good for a hot minute, but it's now retesting some of those levels. We scalped a couple times out on the way to the upside, but if we lose that 15-minute prior bar 144, I got to jump out of this. Adara?
Talk about the Chime IPO. I just pulled up the chart forgetting that there isn't one yet. So CHYM is the ticker. Chime Financial is the name of the company. This one being priced here for between $24 and $26 for its Nasdaq debut, which is expected to come tomorrow. That might be why you guys aren't seeing info. The IPO, according to the Nasdaq website, isn't expected until June 12th. So no need to panic. We're not looking for it today. Some other details here. 32 million shares expected to be offered. The offering amount here, around $956.8 million. So just shy of $1 billion IPO for CHYM. Again, coming tomorrow, not today. Back to you.
All right, usually, in our prep in the morning, if it's today, usually we'd go through these are the IPOs today. So when I pulled it up, this is what I saw. I'm like, this can't be coming out today. So no, it will be in our system. It should be in our system tomorrow. But yeah, good luck. The IPO has been fantastic recently. Just look at CoreWeave. Just look at Circle. I don't know if this is going to be that big. By the way, CoreWeave, although I think CoreWeave is on the other side right now. CoreWeave at the low of the day. This one is it's going to break down in a big way. At some point. It just needs to lose the 150 for good, which hasn't happened. But once that happens, I think the air comes out of this, at least for maybe a week or so.
So we retake 110 here on crypto. I'm not out yet. Oh, by the way, we got filled. So we got filled on SMR. Just huge movement. I got 4170s on SMR, so that's the high. Okay, here we go. Let's go crypto right now. Big boy position. We averaged into this on VWAP. Let's see if it gets going. I just took some out right there at 60s. We were long at 65 off that average in. So I just want to take something out because we're at 110, and if that's going to be a tipsy-turvy spot right there, I did just take out a quarter of my position for an L. So right now, IBIT is a losing trade because long at 65, out at 60, obviously a losing trade. But I look down and again, it's like I'm very into this right now. So like if it drops it down, we'll lose, like we would have lost pretty much our whole day right there. But right now we'll take a little bit out and just kind of wait to see if crypto wants to go. I mean, I'm here for it. So as long as we go to the upside, we do have about 15 minutes till I get over back to the gym there, but I'll leave this one in no matter what. Anyways, the stop is going to be VWAP, and then I'll just be checking it. We'll go for our swim, we'll come out and we'll check to see where we go on that one. We just missed a buy even lower at at VWAP, but I did punch in longer at 45. But it's kind of failing at 110. You know, there isn't a whole heck of a lot happening. But out of SMR, I really like that play there. JP Morgan, back to 268. I think we'll put another offer. We got some out the other day. I think it was 266.50 or something. Was it just yesterday or 2 days ago? But this name would be nice at 270 if we could get that as well. But look what the Nasdaq is doing. Pretty barcoding right now. Besant talking right now as well, I guess. But we have a Dara with potentially some news.
Just keep an eye here in OKLO. This one's still really strong here. A couple hours ago, announcing here that the Department of Defense has selected Oklo as its intended awardee. So nothing has been awarded yet, but they're intending to award, I guess, Oklo this contract to provide power at an Air Force base in Alaska. So keep an eye, OKLO. Looks like this is what's pulling those nuclear names to the upside. We discussed the nuclear strength earlier. This seems to be the story. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Adair. Oklo, super strong. SMR, super strong. NNE, all of them super strong. Shout out to you, Mike P. DeRider.
Yeah.
Super chat. And let's just leave it at that's the GOAT. Sean Connery is the GOAT. LOL, Trader TV. Yeah, let's get it. And if you don't know what we're talking about, then that's the best.
Remember, Joe admitted not seeing any Sean Connery James Bond movies.
That's sort of the thing. You know what?
He's only seen Pierce Brosnan.
Well,
Is that correct, John?
I'll respect people. You can have your own opinion. It's art, man. You can like whoever you like.
And
but
Daniel Craig.
Don't tell me that you think Pierce Brosnan is the best Bond if you haven't even seen all the Bonds. Like, to me, it's like you don't really have an opinion then. Like, you haven't seen the Bond. No, it's a comparative thing.
Ouch.
No, but it's a comparative thing. How can you say I don't like pineapple on pizza, but I've never eaten pizza in my life. I've only eaten one kind of pizza, and I've never eaten pineapple on pizza, but I don't like it. No, I've had a million types of pizza, and there's pretty much one that I can't stand. I try to keep it real. We're just having fun in there. But Mike, hopefully this market can continue to go higher, but right now, some concerns with NVIDIA. I might just punch out of Intel. The idea was to be short. Like, there's VWAP. It just tagged it. I was kind of hoping we could break out the volume-weighted average price. It's just not going. This is a fail because it should have been a short. It was a short. I tried to short it yesterday in the afternoon, and it couldn't break 22. What happens at the open today, it basically was at 21.96. So you could have been short this with a stop with 10-cent risk. I wasn't, obviously. With 10-cent risk, and look at the flush that just happened in Intel. It was a short. I'm just going to do this and be like, here is the steeper trend line right in there, and if it breaks it, I'm going to get out. So I'm just going to move my trailing stop here on Intel. It's closing underneath that. We'll just get out of the trade. The short should have been 10 times better than the long, obviously, with this sucker's move yesterday. Whatever it did yesterday, kind of a sucker's move on Intel for anyone that was holding it above 22, unfortunately.
All right, here comes, it's a good thing we did get out of some of that IBIT there at 60 because it is falling right back in. Another fail at 110 again. And of course, pineapple on pizza invented right here in Canada. Yeah, Sebastian, there's only one major city in Italy that does that, and it's on a white pizza, right? You know, I don't.
You were saying there's specific.
Yeah, there's specific. Yeah, they only. I have to check that out.
I would try it. If look, man, if there's like a special pizza where the pros know this is how you make it taste good, I'm all for that.
Exactly. I mean, that's what it's about, right? So, all right. So let's go back. Just like how Neil likes kale, and it sucks. Kale sucks, right? So there it is, right? So, all right. Let's go back over, I guess. Oh, it's Money Talks time. And then, hey, we'll figure out. Maybe it's kale salad for lunch.
Keep an eye on Tesla here as well. Apparently, Donald Trump is saying that, quote, he thought it was very nice that Elon apologized to him. So Donald Trump apparently approving of Elon's apology. TSLA, I think, moving a little bit potentially, but either way, we're going to talk about the U.S. dollar. Speaking of movement, the U.S. dollar has not been giving us a lot of that. We continue to be really waffling here, oscillating between that 98.6 level and that 99.3 level. So we're moving within like a 1-point range here for the DXY. Not super exciting, and neither are these Fed rates. So I don't know why they're on the opposite side here. This 99.9% is just people who are expecting a hold. So no change here. We are still very much favoring that the Fed will not be moving rates at this June meeting next week, a week from today, even though both J.D. Vance and Donald Trump today said they want a rate cut. Then we have the July meeting. We still have 83.4% of participants here expecting that there won't be a cut there either. September, we get a little bit of a change here. 56% of participants, more or less, expecting that we will get a 25 basis point cut. So right now, at this point, only thing that are changing of the odds of each thing happening. It still does seem, though, like we're pricing in at the very earliest here a September rate cut of 25 basis points. Make sure to like and subscribe as we send you back to the desk.
All right, all this food talk making me hungry. Let's figure out what's for lunch. It's 10:52 and change right now. So, all right, yesterday we did have beef stroganoff. I did not have any of that, buttered egg noodle and whatnot. But today kind of coincides with the kind of trading that we've been having a little bit today. Today, if you've had any winners, you may call them chicken dinner winners or you may not. But today, pretty standard for a lunch around here. It is oven roasted barbecue chicken legs. So that should be good with paprika, roasted sweet potatoes.
That's the definition.
Seasonal vegetables and chef's choice salad. So, yeah, should be good. I'm hoping again for tuna. We always get, oh, here, this is what was for lunch yesterday, and I tweeted it out. Go follow me at TraderTV Shaw, man. I'm putting stuff from my family. I'm putting up fun things we do. We saw that tweet last night about China as well. Obviously, lots of things. We put out our favorite monitors. I don't know. Should have checked out how much that was worth, as we said. But this was what was for lunch yesterday. We get turkey roast there with some quinoa salad, and this is what they call chef's choice salad, where you get some tomatoes that don't look so great, along with cucumber, and there's some chopped onion in there, and then just a little like vinaigrette side dressing there. So yeah, man, that's what's for lunch, and we'll see today. So I'm just hoping today that this is either egg salad or tuna, but because it's oven roasted chicken,
we're getting chicken.
Yeah, I feel like we're probably getting chicken. So there it is, man. Go follow. I'll put it up what our lunch looks like. Go follow me there at TraderTV Shaw. But again, that is what's for lunch. Yeah, I wish it was. Maybe we'll get tacos at some point here.
New
again.
Caterer hasn't done them.
Yeah, no, they did chicken fajitas on Monday. They only do the fajitas. I'm going to put in a request for tacos.
Yeah, the tacos are just, it's like, you got to do tacos every once in a while. In our household, like we can't go
like a staple, right?
Yeah, we don't go a month with at least one taco night in the household. And when I was a kid, it was the same thing too. You just got to do it sometimes. They're freaking delicious. It'd be delicious if NVIDIA could hold on to the
magically delicious.
It could hold on to the volume weighted average price. It just bounced.
Bravo.
I just got to fill in front of 144.40. I'm chuckling because Sean just went with the frosted Lucky Charms. Yo,
we're mad. Yeah, exactly. Lucky Charms are the jam, man. But nowadays,
sweet
of course,
cereals are not. They're not the same as when we were kids.
Right.
None of those taste exactly the same. I wish you guys could understand how absurdly sweet some of the stuff we had as kids was. Although technically I wasn't allowed to have sweet cereals unless I was at a sleepover. So when I went to university, my first shopping trip, I'm like, give it to me. I was like Cocoa Puffs and Frosted Flakes and all that nasty garbage. So NVIDIA is still the same thing. I have my trail on Intel. CoreWeave,
I'm not talking to Joe anymore about that.
CoreWeave just lost that 150 level and is absolutely tanking. 4.5% to the downside in an up market, everybody. The air is coming out of this one pretty heavily. Yeah, this could easily fill in the gap to 133 on CoreWeave. I don't even think I paid for locates on this today. In fact, I know I didn't because I paid for locates on Circle. Wrong one, Neil. Wrong one. I bet you Circle's still holding the top. I thought
Circle's had huge shorts, man. 114.
But I thought it was getting up to here breaking 100. Like a
I
break
saw the
of
100 break too. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like if it breaks here or it gets up there, but it did absolutely neither. And then CoreWeave ends up being the one. Somebody around here. Look at that topping tail wick. Yeah, this could really pull back. That's what you got to do. These IPOs, you've got to take your profit. Like, I know I'm preaching to the choir, hopefully, on this, but come on. Since that IPO high break, it went 2.5%, like 2.5 times to the upside, almost exactly, because that was the 64 break or 65 break. Yeah, exactly 2.5 times, and a triple topped up there at 165. Like, if you're not taking profit on the way up here, I don't know what you're doing, because this is detached from any semblance of reality.
All right. Yeah, we only have 4 minutes to go, man. Again, thanks, everybody. We can look at Palantir. I mean, is it at 140 yet? Close enough. Actually, I was just saying that jokingly. It went to 139.20 right there. Brand new all-time highs. We actually talked about Palantir yesterday, and we looked at the all-time high of 135.40 or whatever it was. Yeah, there it is, 135.28. past all-time high right there, taking it out. So just a little bit ahead of Nasdaq taking out its all-time high. And then hopefully, for our sake, it doesn't look like Bitcoin's going to do much, but hopefully Bitcoin can get back to all-time highs again. It doesn't look like it as we sit in this trade. That's not that great. But there it is right there, 135 break for crypto, for Palantir. Really got us going there. We could have, let me see what that looks like today. 135.20 there. Oh, move up so I don't have to look at you anymore. Okay, so yeah, Palantir, where's that one? Yeah, so it came right into it. So if you, that was dangerous because if you took that all-time high break right there, you lost because it came back in quite aggressively. Well, I mean, again, you'd had to hold the $2. I think that's pretty reasonable, but that was the buy right there, right at the 200 period moving average. So that's definitely a look for us right there if we can come back to 133, but that's not, I mean, today, if it comes back to 133, then we've got some problems. But honestly, the trade of the day for me, I mean, look at this bottom there in the Nasdaq. I mean, this is the TQQ trade. So I'll take it off. I'm taking it off right there at 77. This is a monster. I mean, you guys can see this trade. 75.60, cleaned it out up to $77. It is remember, the big trade of the day lost, but this is just your natural good trade of the day. And of course you make those comments after the trade, right? But we like this, we held it, and we get out our last, I think it was about 15% or so at this level. So there it goes right there. It's your TQQ trade. It is the Nasdaq bottom. So we took 21,900 basically, 22. So there it goes. Nice move to the upside right there. We just got to wait for crypto, which is doing absolutely nothing. So that might be an L there for us on Sir Crypto. But yeah, we'll wait to see if we can get going now on the TQs, maybe downside off of 77. I just got out because I'm not going to be here and holding something like this through, I don't know, a potential pullback in, not worth it. So we're out there of the Nasdaq. Thank you everybody for watching. We're both back at 2 p.m.
We'll see. I'm cratering pretty quickly, but I want to answer a couple of questions here about some IPOs. There is an IPO today, Voyager, VOYG, and it's indicated, Voyager Technologies, indicated open of $44, so there is an IPO today. I don't know when they're going to open up, but one of the things that you can do is when you see this, see right now, like the indicated paired volume is smaller than the buy imbalance. Almost never are you going to see a situation where they open it up without paring that down. So a good indication that it's getting close to open is when that buy imbalance goes down and the paired volume climbs higher and then it stabilizes for a bit. So my guess is Voyager has quite some time before it opens up. NVIDIA is starting to look a little bit better, but what I don't like, one of the reasons why this doesn't feel like it's a home run is like, look at the Nasdaq for Sean over here. Right? The Nasdaq doesn't have a red candle. The Nasdaq just broke that lower high 2206. I mean, it hasn't broken it by much, but there's just all green candles, and we're still making lower highs on NVIDIA. The good news is it's held on to VWAP and gave us a bit of a scalp trade out. The other piece of good news, on a 15-minute basis, like you had a sharp downtrend, but remember, on a 15-minute chart, you've also got this trend from the open, like the pre-market high to the open to where we just failed. So it's on a 15-minute, it's breaking the trend, the downtrend from the open if it can close above that trend line. That makes it a bit of a hold back into the high of the day. There's also apparently a downhaul KZIA, but I don't know that one. I'm pretty sure if there's a small capper halting, then Sharif will be all over this KZIA. Just NVIDIA right now for myself, guys.
Yeah, NVIDIA, we got to the TQs. There goes IBIT right here. Tia, please stay longer, Mr. Sean. No, but you might be, I was posted it in here. If you stay right here, I said soon enough, we will all be on all day. Shh. All right, we'll get ready to go, man. Neil, I hope you feel better. I hope you're here for 2 p.m. If not, I hope you're here tomorrow. Otherwise, it may be these guys all day, but we'll be fine. We're out on the diamond.
Cocaine.
Yeah, I don't do that,
no,
but I don't know. Yeah, you do you. But
no,
I always want to say I'm on the diamond today till 10:30. So hopefully being able to recover a little bit there. So good luck, man. Good trading today. Yeah, good one there. Although I think I may be feeling a little bit worse. But what's up to Neil? What's up to everybody? It's the midday show. I'm going to go swimming. I'll see you soon. Tia all. Ciao.
Peace.